when we last left off, I'll edit all this intro stuff out of the way. When we last left off, you guys were in the midst of a cultist ceremony at approximately 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, on a night where Morsleep is full and strange and eerie things are happening in the city. Morsleep lays out a greenish glow to the overall city. There's a layer of fog out on the streets. And you guys followed Tugin, who you suspect of being a vampire, out to a warehouse after having been seen or framed for murdering the Magister. The guards are pursuing you actively in the city. They've gotten a good look at you, and most of them know you from your recent activities. In the meantime, you managed to escape from them for the time being, reach the warehouse, and having broken in through the back, you decided to interrupt their ritual and lay into the various cultists trying to stop whatever it is they're trying to do. In the process, something happened with the ritual, and the summoning circle in the middle has peeled open into an interdimensional rift of chaos. Tugin fell in and is gone. His cousin, that you guys have met only a couple of times, peeled off his skin and revealed himself to be some sort of a demon who, giggling and laughing, jumped into the hole as well. And you guys are now facing several cultists.
Oh, did he jump in? I thought he didn't jump in.
I didn't think he jumped in.
He didn't?
No.
No, the cultists around the circle.
A couple of the
fell in.
cultists fell in, yes.
The whole circle of cultists.
Well,
fell in.
there's several thugs.
Yeah, there's
and things
thugs.
like
Yeah,
that.
the thugs. Yeah.
They're more bruisers than anything else.
So
Tugin's body got picked up by the imp.
By the creature in
The
costume.
imp-
Did you?
Yeah, it was a little nerdling imp
Yeah.
that picked him up and tossed his body in there, and you're
Right.
like, you made a point of highlighting the fact that the nerdling is this little thing, and he just picked his body up and threw it like
Yeah,
there's nothing.
yeah, it's a trivial action for the creature.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
scary.
So, like, did you
I
come
think-
to a conclusion
I think
about
the demon circle's more scary.
Skull Crusher swap with him and me going so I don't get killed at 7 p.m.?
I don't think we
For
should
the
get
Thieves
caught
Guild.
with this.
You had opted to buy him a new weapon so that you could take his old weapon,
Yeah.
so that you could give it to the Thieves Guild.
Because the rogue the duelist deserves to have the highest of quality weapon.
Of course, yeah, it's obvious.
Look, I mean, duelist.
Is your character here
No.
in this encounter?
He's not here.
No.
Well, I was asking if I was able to, like, if we were able to talk about it as if
Before we
Before-
left.
I'm fine.
I
I'm
was
fine with
working
that.
that
Yeah, I'm
way.
fine with that. Okay, I have no problem with you having swapped it out. So I'm going to assume you're over at the Thieves Guild at this point.
Yeah.
Interacting with them.
Yeah.
And not aware of the current events or the
Oh,
fact
no,
that
no,
the
no.
group is wanted
No.
by the law
I
for murder.
I just wanted to make sure that was
Do anything?
I'm
Well,
gonna actually switch classes.
We were
to an
framed for
outlaw.
murdering, but we did rob the dude.
He murdered.
You did.
He murdered.
I robbed the dude.
And then you gave it all to a guard.
Yes.
You gave like all 4 gold to the guard.
Yes.
Technically, he murdered
5
someone
gold.
of.
Okay.
Yes.
He murdered a dog.
Okay.
Do you have an idea how many rounds left on my
Oh
blessing?
yeah, you did. You
think it
shot
was
a
like
dog
2.
in the face.
Yeah, it wasn't very
I think
long.
so. I think
yeah.
2 sounds
Well,
fine.
2. Okay, we'll do 2 rounds.
3.
Okay.
Do I hear 4?
Now,
You're five.
2 is good.
Five.
Now,
Let's see how-
beginning of the round, as I foreshadowed, the Nurgling giggles, laughs, and jumps into the hole to start off.
Actually, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
That's
you-
probably a
you
good
have to
thing.
Fight him.
The rest of you, what do you want to do? The thugs that are here, as this is all like happening, they seem to have lost the will to fight, because there's a hole to hell here in the room and demons and things like that. And the guy who pays their bills just got thrown into hell. They're certainly going to defend themselves if you guys choose to keep fighting, but they seem to like be standing there seeing if you guys are going to keep fighting or not.
I say, run away or die.
Okay. They turn and run, and quickly vacate the area. Okay.
Aren't there some dead bodies on the ground though?
There
few.
are a couple of them in the room.
Hand weapons.
Yes. We need money. Desperately.
The rest of the thugs, gather up what they're carrying, basically, run out the front door, out into the fog, and disappear into the night. Inside the hole, as you guys start to take stock of the situation, you can hear what sounds like the rumble of a hungry stomach multiplied by 1,000 times
Quick question.
from deep down in the hole.
The barrels in the room, are they like just full of wine or
You don't know.
stuff?
Open them. They have dead bodies in them.
What I'm thinking is, they make an explosive. If these are like full of powder or something,
Could I use? Oh,
we light it on fire and chuck it in.
Oh, you're blowing up hell?
Yes.
That, I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, the hole is about 25 feet across. It covers the entire ring of that star in the center of the room.
yes.
Are there like ruins?
You're
around
the
the
magic
ring?
caster.
There
Yeah.
are at the edge of the ring,
Is there
and candles burning at the
anything
point
we
of
can do with this?
each of the points.
Could I use my lore magic to try to figure out how to deal with this or stuff like that?
You can give me a lore magic. You're not familiar with chaos lore, and it might be dangerous to delve into such knowledge
Okay.
as in corruption.
I'm just recalling knowledge of how to stop said chaos ritual.
It's not something you've ever really spent a whole lot of time thinking about.
Okay.
You
want to do your bureaucracy first, Pat?
Yeah, I'll use my theology to see if.
Okay.
Man,
Sacrifice the priest first.
oh my god.
Oh no!
Rolled an 88.
88. Okay.
That's a little
So-
the worst one you could have rolled here.
No, 100 would be the worst.
What's
So
chaos
that's a
number?
failure, I'm
Chaos
assuming,
number.
Extreme failure.
which would be a critical failure.
Fortune.
I don't have any. And it's my turn.
Okay, yeah, first off, you have a fortune
I'm
equal
not
to
doing
your
this
fate.
tonight. Please.
You start off the game with a number of fortune equal to your fate.
So if I fuck this theology roll up, I could end up using the wrong knowledge and making things much worse.
Correct. Or, like I was hinting to George, when you delve into the secrets studying the chaos, it corrupts you further because it twists your mind.
That's why I let you roll first.
I'll use thanks.
He remembers the first lesson of Warhammer. Let everyone else go first.
I'll burn my fate then, because I only have one
Your
left.
fortune?
No, I didn't have any fortune. I used it up.
It
Right,
recharges each
it
turn.
recharges
Oh, okay.
automatically. Whatever your fate is the number of fortune points you get for the day.
Okay, then I'm using up my fortune.
Okay, so give me a reroll.
You can do it.
Roll an 88 again. 99?
96.
96, okay, well.
That's way.
The good news is you rolled higher. Bad news is that's worse. And it's still a fumble. So, okay. Give me a willpower roll.
Ooh.
This is what happens when you try to over too much. You get the wrong impression.
Willpower. Failed by 2.
2. Okay. Add 4 points of corruption. The priest steps forward, staring into the void. You can see the green flames coming from inside the hole, sort of glittering off his eyes, playing on his
corrupted
hammer
that?
and so forth.
Oh, yeah. What happens when you double your threshold?
Every point above you roll, and when you fail that, we'll resolve it later. When you fail that roll, then you subtract your corruption level, and then continue to build up. So if you made it twice over, then in theory you could get 2 corruptions right off.
Yeah,
Activist arms.
according to this, my threshold when it did the calculation was 6.
You're at 12.
I'm at 11.
Okay, so assuming you get 1 corruption, then you're back down to
We
5
might have to.
because you subtract
Oh,
6.
like one mutation or
One
whatever.
mutate.
Okay.
Right now, if you fail that roll,
Scoot over.
then you stay where you're at, and you roll every time you add another point of corruption.
Yeah, well,
No,
okay.
when you fail it, it gets subtracted and you get corrupted. If you succeed, it stays.
Okay, same idea.
No.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Okay.
so I stare into the void and it stares
Yeah,
back.
it stares back. It seems hungry. Priest doesn't seem to have anything useful. He seems like almost in a mesmerized trance, staring into the void.
Sure, I have 5 fortunes. I can roll.
What the f...
I'm a wizard.
Why he sacrificed you first?
That's why I sacrificed you first.
Why you don't trust a wizard
That's why you don't trust him.
or a wizard?
Skinny little.
I succeeded by.
Of course you did.
4.
4? Okay.
Are you shitting me?
Always dodge combat.
See, our
You're the one that
group's
keeps
fun.
trusting him. I don't know why, but
See, our group's
you
fun.
you stare into it, realizing that he seems to be being corrupted by the hole. You don't really have a clue of how you can stop it, other than either letting it run its course or somehow disrupting the ring itself.
You got a drill priest?
He's unable to respond at this point.
Okay.
Do you let us know about that?
Come on, get within arm's reach me. Throw you into that.
You
fucking
you
hole.
see him inch closer to the hole.
Oh.
Oh, I like this character.
Yes, but the hole is so much better.
You become the whole.
I let the
You
group
are
know
the
that
whole.
we need to disrupt the circle and restrain the priest.
Okay, wait. So I'm at 0 hit points. How does that work? So
You're still up.
You're
okay,
barely
I'm
standing.
still up. Okay, so I'll restrain the priest because I'm strength is S, right?
Yes.
For the characteristics, I'm terrible at that.
You're terribly weak.
I'm
At
right
strength,
next to him
I'm at
when all this
35.
went down.
Sure.
He's stronger than I am.
I'm gonna grab hold of him and drag
And you're
him.
5 above normal.
Okay.
Drag him out of
Between
the
you and the
circle.
soldier,
Yeah.
you pull the priest back, who seems to be particularly strong right now
Yeah.
and resistant to your desire to move him.
I'm
Should
gonna
I
walk
try
up.
not
Okay.
to
I'll
help?
take a minor
I'm
correction
gonna
and
walk
get
up
more
and
strength.
try and break the.
It's
rocks.
possible. So you and Anders pull him away, working together. What would the other two of you like to do?
I'm gonna walk up and try and break the rocks around the ring.
Box.
With?
Other two?
My
Good idea.
Him and George.
hand weapon.
Because he and I are.
Okay.
So,
The crates. How high are they stacked?
Maybe 2 or 3 crates tall.
Okay. I would like to try to lean the crates so they fall and crack the stone. Since we learned at the Goblin Warehouse, it cracks the stone.
And that's a metal ring, though, right?
It's a metal, lead ring that's been embedded into the ground.
Gotcha.
It's lead, it's soft.
Yeah. So you smack the stone against the outer edge of it. They break away very easily, tumbling away and disintegrating into green dust, leaving a little bit of char on your hand weapon where it touches the green flame. You see down below. Give me a willpower roll.
tall, right? I need a dice.
Here.
Thank you.
Oh, there they go.
Right under the
It's with the 4 pencils. It's okay. They start their own society.
I watched that just go by.
It's the timekeeper.
There used to be the black hole for dice was under the
You just
table.
push
People would drop dice and they'd never find them again, and that's why I have such a large collection.
The
Failure by 2.
Failure by
You
2.
should
Okay.
sell a bunch of those.
I'm gonna use a
We'll get a
14.
bunch of money.
Just go.
Okay.
Don't you have pure soul pad?
He does.
But you don't?
No.
I do.
He's a priest. He's not pure.
Everyone else, I think, has pure soul except you.
I can mimic the hole.
I don't think.
What are you getting at?
He's got impure soul.
Oh, 1.
A 1.
So,
Oh, 1. Crit
3
success.
success with a 1.
Okay. You stare in. You see something moving in the green light down there, moving towards you. It's quite a ways away at this point, but seems to be moving fairly quickly. You get the distinct impression that it has long, gangly arms, claws, neck, and so forth, almost serpentine, with bird-like wings flapping over its back.
Oh, Jesus. I know what this thing is.
No, I
Okay.
don't think it probably is.
Do you know what it is?
As a
Jesus.
player, I know what it is.
Okay, well, does
What?
your character know what
Not
this
as
is?
a character, no.
Okay, well, then you
Scary.
don't know
Scary.
anything.
What is
Exactly.
So, you don't think you have very long before it reaches the top, and at this distance, it seems like it's growing in size.
This giant changer of ways
It's the
is gonna
whole
crop out of
Kraken.
the hole. We're all gonna
Yes.
die.
Okay.
It's a whole kraken.
So I'm not the only one who thinks that.
You go over. You
No,
find the
that's
boxes.
like
You said you're going to try to push them over.
No.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics. Oof. Okay. I don't have anything.
I'll be right back.
Failed before.
You can't move them. They're pretty heavy.
Okay.
Hurt your back.
They rock slightly, but not enough to be able to push them over. What do you guys want to do? You guys are holding the priest. Every time you start to let him go, he seems to get up and start moving back towards the hole.
Stop.
Is the soldier by himself? Is he making him slowly moving back towards the hole?
He'll
Whereas
slow him down,
he
but it
won't
doesn't
stop
seem
him.
like one of you can hold him back.
Okay, so I will.
And he may break free from them and run off towards the hole.
I will let go long enough to reload my pistol.
Okay? And shoot him in the leg so he
Shoot the
can't move.
cleric.
No, not this time. Not this time. But I will.
And your leg blows off. The good news is that you're not running towards the hole anymore.
You can't move anymore.
Blood out on the floor.
Is there some type of way to shake him out of this, or is this more about like if I could?
I don't know. Do you have any knowledge of magic?
I know how to slap the crap out of somebody.
You gonna slap him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him a non-lethal slap.
Okay, you slap him across the face
Yeah.
a couple of times for a point of damage.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to phase him other than make his face bloody.
All right. Well,
There's some aggressive
I don't know what happened to your face. It hurts here, but not so much right here.
So you two are otherwise holding him at this point.
Yeah.
Other than that, what did you two wish to do? You can't seem to move the crates?
Continue the process.
Okay, give me another willpower save.
Is there like a big?
One
any?
success.
Okay.
I would like to go over. Has the priest dropped his big hammer?
No, he's holding on to it, not aggressively, not trying to attack anybody, but he's holding on to it and trying to bull rush his way past the two of them. It's
Okay.
taking both of them to hold him in place.
Never gonna let you go.
Is there any other big sledgehammers or whatever around the room?
No.
No.
You're your own
Well,
sledgehammer.
there's got to be hand weapons and stuff.
There's
yeah.
hand weapons, but not sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll grab this hand weapon and just start smashing stuff.
When you grab that,
Just
did you hear the
smashing
spine
random
crack?
things, just go crazy.
No. the rain.
His box.
This box! Bad box!
Which ring?
Well, no,
Like
I would
his
like
hands?
to take the hand weapon and use it as leverage or whatever to pry the boxes down to smash onto the ground.
Okay, I'll give you another athletics check with a plus 20.
Ooh.
There we go. There we go. I succeeded by 4.
4? Okay.
Failure by nine.
You lever up a couple of one of the taller boxes. They come tumbling down with a loud crash. Several of them smash into the ground outside the ring. A couple of others land inside the ring where the stones are gone and everything. Tumble away into the void. Within seconds, they're vaporized and disappear. Doesn't seem to do anything else beyond that. Now, the ring itself of stones has basically crumbled away to the lead ring. From there, you're hitting the stone. It doesn't seem to be doing anything else. It seems still solid at that point.
I'm trying to break the lead. The
Okay.
lead ring.
Okay. And what are you going to do?
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yes. Getting myself.
You're gonna get lead poisoning. Watch out.
That's the worst thing that happens.
No, I'm not gonna die from the demon. I'm gonna die from the lead poisoning.
Well, how we're having to restrain the
That's what
cleric.
happened in
We're
Flint,
restraining the
Michigan.
cleric from the hellhole.
I will.
You're not.
Yeah, I'm working on.
So the
Getting rid of
crates
hellhole.
broke the stone ring around it. Like
The crates impacted the cobblestones of the thing. I mean, they did minor damage to the stone. They didn't do anything to the ring.
okay.
Where they impacted inside the ring, they fell off into the pit. And
When
just
things are
disappeared.
going into the pit, does it look like the circle's weakening at all?
No,
No.
doesn't seem to have any effect on it.
Could I Could I possibly try to recall how to? Well, no. I'm just going to go over to Thad and try to non-lethally knock him out.
Yeah.
Smack him over the head with a
Okay.
a hand weapon.
You smack him non-lethally with a mallet
Sure.
or a sword or whatever. Okay.
The flat of the blade or whatever.
I mean, no,
Okay.
it works.
The flat of the mallet.
Clank.
I use the handle side.
Well, if it helps you anymore, my little soft leather helmet got destroyed. So
Yay!
Give me a
With the
toughness roll.
yeah, no problem.
Okay. Yeah. You smack him. He seems to be resistant to it.
3.5 successes.
He doesn't seem to be getting knocked out. Give me a willpower roll and then roll damage for the hand weapon.
God, Thad.
It's okay. Andy, next turn I'll try to cauterize his wounds. I'll knock him out.
One
just
success.
pretty much automatically.
One success.
so.
Okay. And then roll damage for the
It's
hand
really
weapon.
burn him, but
Damage is
Can we use this as a dice?
1
Yeah, if you can get the thing out. I
D.
can't.
I'll cauterize your head.
Or no.
Whatever hand weapon damage is.
1d10.
Here, use this as a dice tray.
3 plus strength.
That.
Or you could use a dice tray for a dice tray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, use the dice tray for a dice tray.
That's-
Thank you.
okay.
Oh,
they don't want your dice tray.
1d10. 9 plus 12 plus not 9 plus 12, but 9 plus 3 equals 12. Plus 2 is 14 points.
Okay. So you're standing there as the creature, whatever it is, gets closer. You see this massive beak of the head of it starts to reach up towards the thing, and it just starts to break the surface of the ring into the room. Literally, the beak fills the entire 25-foot circle in size, just the nose of the creature. As it breaks through, you are just hammering away with your axe or sword or whatever your hand weapon is against the ring. Little bits of lead sort of flaking off, and then you strike it one last time, and a chunk of it breaks off, breaking the ring itself. As it does, instantaneously, the entire thing snaps shut. The beak disappears in a puff of... Doesn't cut it off, no. It disappears in a puff of green sparks.
I'm not sure we want that though. Anyway.
And there is a cascade of magic that explodes outward from the ring, engulfing everybody in the room. I need everybody to give me a willpower save.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh.
If you weren't there, it'd be fine.
Correct. If you are not there, you do not have to roll.
61.
Where's Will?
Okay, I need a fail or success.
3.
Is willpower
Fails.
WP?
Yes. Fail?
Fail.
By 2.
Two.
You need my how many you use
Yeah.
that fail?
Succeed by
Okay.
3.
Okay.
And have pure soul.
Okay.
Okay.
If you succeed, you
11.
lose 1, 0
Let's
with pure soul.
go.
If you failed, you're going to lose 3 minus 1 for pure soul.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
2.
If you failed, you lose 3, 2 if you had pure soul.
I need to
Okay.
make a
Lose 3
corruption
what?
check.
What?
Health?
Sorry, corruption.
Oh,
3. You gain 3. Better said. You don't lose anything.
That's you cauterize him. He's
So,
burning
Yeah,
his hand
as
around
you
his
are
sides.
covered and engulfed in a cascade of chaos magic as the ring dissipates. Okay.
Nice job.
Corruption we will roll for at a later point because it's not instantaneously obvious. So, what would you like to do? The room goes silent. Nothing but the flickering of little candles around the ring.
Is he still struggling?
Yeah.
He stops, comes back to his senses.
Oh.
There is a faint greenish glow to his hammer. He doesn't seem to notice or care.
Jesus, I think that wasn't us changing
Awesome.
ways. I think that was just straight up Zen.
Well, that was
It's a kraken.
So, I'm betting everyone in a 12-block radius heard that. So, let's grab these
12?
guys'
are you sure?
10, 5, whatever.
Oh, I mean,
I
you're
bet
very
a lot
specific.
of people.
It, specifically 12 blocks.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it's 13 blocks, nobody heard it.
guys still sleeping.
now the entire city is coated in corruption from the explosion.
Or just the
I'm-
people in the
I'm
vicinity.
looting for valuables.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
going to immediately start gathering up my stuff, looting the guys that we've killed, and then looting the crates.
I'm gonna see.
So you're gonna
So,
steal?
I'm gonna get as much
We're
lead
already
as I can pocket.
outlaws.
We're not.
You're gonna start carving out the lead? Okay.
And
Yes,
besides, the person
lead is
that owns
expensive.
this is dead.
Not really.
No,
No.
there's a reason why
It's really heavy.
there's a spell called transmute gold to lead because it's the opposite of gold
Yeah.
Why'd you want to transmute gold into lead?
to make
hurt
it
people?
worthless.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Alright,
Bankrupt
never
the
mind.
kingdom.
That's wasting my time.
Okay. So they have.
Lead to gold.
There are 3 bodies still here.
Okay.
Amongst them, they have 3 hand weapons, 3 daggers, and let's see what effects do they have.
I'm keeping the daggers at least.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep the dagger.
They have, we'll say, 50 shillings amongst them.
I'll take 20 of those.
I
He's
put it,
searching. You're
I-
not.
I put it
Yeah,
in
You're,
my
I'm
bag
you're
for
gathering
now.
lead for some reason.
Yeah, I'm searching.
I thought lead was expensive.
That's fine.
So,
I'll
Maybe
put
it is in certain
did you
markets.
say 50?
I'll need it for both.
50 shillings total.
I will put it in my bag and we can split it later.
Okay.
We better split it.
I'm gonna start heading
Not
for the
with
window
that
we
guy.
came in.
He's not even
The
here.
window you came in?
You
Not
guys
that
aren't even
wide
aware
open
of what
front
he
door?
found.
Yeah.
You prefer to climb out
I'm
that window?
searching
Okay.
with him.
Doesn't mean you found
So,
what he
not a
found.
problem. The priest staggers off to the back of the room, opens the window
gotta
and
go,
starts
guys.
climbing out.
What hand weapons are there?
I'm gonna come
Just
with.
3 generic hand weapons.
Okay.
The front door's not locked, right?
Front
got
door's
it.
wide open.
Yeah. So I don't see nothing
I'm
out
gonna
there.
pick up my
I
shit
am.
because if you remember, I dropped my stuff in the alleyway.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna come with.
I'm going to grab my bow and arrow.
Andy's laying out the front door. He's climbing out the back window.
Yeah, there's nobody here. They all ran.
That's not a guarantee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out
Okay.
the back window too.
It's not a matter of that. I don't want them to
What?
identify us and be
Okay.
like, "Oh, I saw him at the portal, demon
Well,
something."
that was
thing."
after. I mean, we've already murdered somebody, so at this point, this city's lost to me.
Either way, I had to go back into the alley to grab my shit.
yeah, I
so
got
Is your
Okay,
god
so you
not
guys
mad?
gather your stuff, and then where would you like to head?
Do we want to go into the
man, that was
sewers?
anticlimactic.
We can go. So, Marienburg sounds nice, or we can go to Nuln to to.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. That would.
Long term is fine. I'm thinking more specific to the next hour or two. Where are you planning to
Because
go?
they
Right
locked,
to the Temple of Sigmar.
yeah, because they've locked down the entire city.
I'm heading to the Temple of Sigmar.
Oh,
Okay.
Because
Morsley.
we murdered, because we
Morsley
didn't
stole
murder, but
thing.
murdered the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should get
Why
to
we
the
got framed for it when we were
sewers,
there.
so
Oh,
we're not
yeah,
in
I forgot about
contact
that.
with Morsley.
You
So
didn't shoot
you
your
guys
dog.
are currently actually about here
Yeah.
at Warehouse 13.
Let's go to warehouse 17.
You guys
So
are unbelievable.
I just want to make sure I'm the events correctly. Little kid, page dude, turned into the creature, jumped in the pit.
Yes,
Did he ran out? No. Okay. Yeah.
he jumped.
I
He
don't know
ripped
why
off.
I thought
He
ran out
ripped
the
off
door.
his skin,
Right.
turned into a demon,
Right.
and jumped into the pit with a laugh.
Okay.
So your
I
computer
heard
just made a
somewhere
noise. I don't know if that's important or not, but like,
Might be.
it was like, no, that computer was like, boop doop doop doop.
I heard
Boop
somewhere
doop
that-
doop boop.
And
Yeah.
Betty Boops in his office.
It was like a little nice chime. I don't know what it was for.
Want me to go
Okay.
take a look?
I
You're
heard
welcome to
somewhere
take a
that
look. I don't
you have
care.
skins
All,
off
all demons lure you in with a nice chime.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But
Right.
Next thing you know,
You-
green
You can
glow.
go. You can go check, but I'll need a willpower roll.
Yep.
No.
More sleeve in the office.
No, I am not getting corrupted.
See, that's what
I'm
I'll do.
not
I'll just start
going
passing
corrupted
envelopes
at
that if
all.
somebody opens the envelope, it says gain 1 corruption.
Yes. Curiosity corrupted the cat.
I never
Dirty
even
man.
got a
If you
corruption
can read this, you
entire
gained 1 corruption.
We can't read it.
That's why they give it all with that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you said you're going to Temple of Sigmar at this point?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have actually not gotten any corruption this
I mean, I'm-
entire Warhammer.
You just did.
I figured out
No,
who
you
was
got
killing all the
critical
people,
success with
so
11.
I'm gonna head toward
still got
the.
one.
We should go into the sewers.
You were
So
engulfed
you're-
by
Everybody-
chaotic
you
flame.
still got
You
one.
Okay.
You weren't listening.
Unless you had pure soul.
automatically?
Yes.
Oh, I have pure soul.
Then you didn't take any.
Yay!
So, do we know the sewer path to get to Sigmar, the Temple of Sigmar?
No.
No,
We
You've
get
never emerged
close.
near the temple.
but we do know how to get to the Thieves Guild, which will be full of guards at this point in time. No, they'll be closed by
Why
now.
would? Why
No,
would
they would be out searching for
Because
us.
the guards are in there
the
getting
Thieves
drunk.
Guild Tavern
Right,
would
that's what I'm
certainly
talking
be very busy at this
about.
point.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But the guards would be out searching the city for you.
Yeah. Right.
Let's just
Well,
go
it should
hop
be.
on a boat. And meet.
Should be. Or at least whoever within the last 12 blocks blew up this warehouse.
Yeah.
Only 12.
I feel like we should set this warehouse on fire.
Nope.
No, we
That
want that.
destroys the evidence.
Yeah, we want the corruption. Them to see the corruption.
We don't want them to make willpower saves. That can lead to corrupt mayors and stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing that's left there is
Right.
a broken lead ring and some old candles.
Let's just do
And
what we
dead
did last time and
cultists.
hop on a boat and leave.
Some dead people, yes.
Yeah. No.
Do they have like
The cultists
signifying
fell
robes?
in. No,
No.
the cultists fell in the pit.
No.
These are
No,
just
we
thugs.
killed
that
some cultists, and
Yeah, we killed thugs that were there, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with going to the Temple of Sigmar. If you think you can talk him into letting us in for some sanctuary.
If you can convince them to help you after the
Right.
previous encounters with them.
And he reaches his arm up and a tentacle comes out.
Just oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, that is a factor because the Temple of Sigmar would be highly opposed to mutants. They
But
also,
I don't know I'm a mutant.
And
depending on your mutation, you're right. They also would logically be the place the guards would first alert as far as potential criminals and so forth. Especially knowing that you are a priest of Sigmar for the guards.
Yeah, but
So.
we should just go to the thieves' guild.
They may or may not give you sanctuary. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying be aware the church is the center of religious attention, direction, etc.
Understandable.
They know you are a priest of Sigmar.
They also are aware, because we informed them, that we were pursuing corruption within the city.
I don't dispute that.
So,
The guards only know you killed the magistrate.
it was corrupted.
yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we have to.
The,
But
dude, the boy tore off his skin and stuff like that, along with his clothes.
Mhm.
Is there anything in the clothes and stuff like that?
No.
Like any evil diary said, I killed the magistrate today on
No,
this day.
no, nothing like
Signature.
Yeah.
that. No.
Darn it. That was
a little diary.
Yeah, little diary. No.
Dear
I
diary.
confess to all.
Yeah.
No, there is nothing clean like that.
Just a picture.
I
of
tried,
me
guys.
It's just a printed out
I
selfie
tried.
of him doing it.
So
instead.
you guys are gonna take to the streets and head to the temple.
Are we doing? Are we doing streets or are we doing
I don't
sewer?
want the aloe.
No, I'm going to take
Alleyways.
alleyways and stuff. Try to stay out of more sleep as much as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to
Stick
take
the
my
shadows?
hood, put it up to cover my face as much as possible from more sleep. And
What are you doing about your really cool green glowing hammer?
I don't know. It's a really cool green glowing hammer. You said I didn't.
You do. You just find it really cool.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's a lightsaber hammer.
It's called green glowing hammer.
Yeah.
It's called role playing.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Are you
It
following
sheds.
down
It
the
sheds just.
alleyway?
It sheds just enough light to be able to travel by the
guess.
shadows.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Quick question.
That
is
is
there any effects?
fortuitous.
Is there any effects by me attacking the stone? The chart effect? Does that do anything?
Not that you're aware of at this point.
Okay, so it's just chart.
That you're aware of.
That you're aware of, sure.
Sit up.
All right, let's.
Okay, so you guys take to the shadows,
Yeah.
following the priest across town towards the temple in the center of the city.
We'll let the priest go in the church first.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh,
tell
yeah,
us
I'm
if it's
staying
okay.
right now.
If he doesn't show up in 15 minutes, we just go to Marienburg.
I'm no shit. I don't care if they're with me.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I believe they're faster than you, so you can't really ditch them.
That's
as
fine,
such,
but they're
if
playing games about letting go. They're
yeah,
having that
you're not slowing down.
I'm not slowing down.
Okay.
I'm walking with a purpose.
Okay, give me a perception check since you're in the lead.
Okay. Failed miserably.
Okay. You guys are heading down the various tunnels. Who's following directly after them, I guess?
I'll go.
Who's the fastest amongst the rest of you?
Who's going to the tunnels?
I'm
None of them. They're all
I'm
going
one
out.
of the alleyways.
I'm 8 for walk and 12 for run.
Alright.
I'm
I,
eight.
I have all
I'm
light
eight
armor.
for
All four of you, give me a d20 roll. Tell me who gets the highest.
Wait,
Or a percentile roll. Tell me who gets the highest.
I have all light armor.
I understand that.
20,
Can
Dan.
it just be the
No,
lowest?
he
said
said,
no.
and then he said
5.
percentage. 97.
Okay.
97. Okay.
15.
I love
Okay.
your
So you happen to be following behind him. Give me a perception roll.
Okay. A fail by
Six.
Okay.
3.
Who had the next highest?
I had a 5.
I had
5
three.
what?
No,
That'd be-
literally just
I
a
had
5.
13.
So what is that?
13. So okay, everybody rolled really low except for you.
Is that like
Right.
4 success levels?
No,
It
this
doesn't
is
matter,
this
it's
is
just straight numbers.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
one success level.
Okay, so you succeeded. Okay, so you guys are running down the alleyway trying to make good time. Most of the streets are empty. All of a sudden, you guys have to cross over one of the streets to get to the alleyways on the other side. You head across it. You get about halfway when you hear somebody off to your left call, "You there, halt!" And you see a small patrol of militia over there. You're halfway into the street before they call out.
Okay.
You manage to hear them up the street enough that you stop the rest of you in the alleyway if you care to.
Yeah.
There are 6 armed guards, maybe 20 yards up the street. One of them has a lantern. A couple of them have loaded crossbows. They have swords and shields otherwise. And they have spotted you being out on the streets and have called for you to halt and stay where you are.
I can't take a single crossbow shot. If I get hit with a crossbow, I'm done.
Most people
So,
who get hit
what are you gonna do?
Those are done.
You can make a dodge. You can make a dive for the alleyway in front. Otherwise, you're exposed on the street right now.
I'm not gonna dive. I'm not gonna do anything aggressive. I'm gonna act like I didn't hear them and just keep walking forward across the road to the alley.
Okay, just pretend like you didn't hear them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fairly obvious. I mean, they know you obviously did hear them, unless you're drunk or
That's
stupid
fine,
or whatever.
but I mean,
Well,
they
he's-
wouldn't
he's
just
also-
randomly fucking puncture a guy with 6 crossbows or whatever just because he didn't listen to their immediate command. That just doesn't seem realistic.
It's
So
not
I'm just gonna keep walking across.
Okay.
Have you heard of Birdman?
Is there any?
Have you seen that? I haven't seen it, but I hear it's really
It's
good.
really good.
Is there any open flame anywhere nearby?
Yeah, one of them's holding a lantern.
One of them's holding a lantern.
Uh-huh.
Like, is it an open lantern though?
It's a metal lantern.
Am I on the road or am I
So,
like hidden in?
I've been hanging on to this for a while, so why not? Remember the nice little grenade that was dropped down the chimney that I peed on and put it out forever ago?
You guys blew it
I
up.
bet it's dry by
You guys
now.
blew it up in the tower. I thought.
No, we
I
didn't.
had it,
No,
and
we
I
took a
wasn't-
second bomb from the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
tracked
okay.
it down
But I have no
the
idea how long the wick is whatsoever.
Sure.
And I have no idea. So I'm just going to throw it at that guy's lantern as best I can. And
Nice.
I'm going to follow him after I chuck it.
Dude, that's
And
gonna
hope
be
it just
baller.
explodes. And if
You
it
guys
doesn't,
are going.
We're gonna
And,
kill
and then you're gonna
town
follow him. You
guard.
said.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Just
run
more
out
of a
into the street.
distraction
They
than anything. I'm not trying
Right,
to kill
they
him.
call out. You palm a heavy metal ball.
Uh-huh.
And then chuck it at the guards. Give me a roll. Let's see if you can get a critical success. Otherwise, you can't hit the lantern.
Ballistic skill.
Yeah, ballistic skill.
Ballistic skill.
Are you good at that?
Oh yeah, but I'm more about getting a critical, which will be a double or
A double or 6 success levels.
okay.
58 weapon
Oh, damn
skill.
it.
That's
Probably
crazy.
1.
59. So no,
Did you hit them?
Fortune.
that's a fail by 2.
Fail by 2. Okay, so you throw it at them.
Uh-huh.
All they see is something get thrown at them. They call out alarm, say they're attacking, and they start leveling their crossbows at you. He walks towards the alleyway, and
Uh-huh.
you take off at a run,
Yep.
going across there. They're going to take a shot at each of you with
Okay.
their 2 crossbows as you attack them.
Okay.
What are the other ones of you doing?
Hiding in the shadows.
Fireball.
Same.
I'm gonna draw my bow in case.
Hit it with your fire.
In case they what?
I'm
No.
not going to.
There's a
fire.
bomb in the middle of them right
Okay.
now, just
Just
sitting there.
waiting.
So you hide in the shadows and ready your bow.
Yes.
Okay.
There is, but I also don't want to be accused of a witch if one of them survives.
Traveling with a dude who has a giant green glowing hammer.
Yeah, you're get accused as a witch, not me. You're the one who's got having a tentacle grown out of your head.
He's just going to go burn it.
I need another hammer then.
Eyes are a lot.
You know what, Dad? Sure, I'll ready my
I'm
bow
not with
too.
Shield.
And
I could
the
actually
light
have a shield.
shadows, just in case.
If I had a tentacle growing out of my
Okay.
head,
Right.
they could hold the shield.
The shot against you
Yes.
misses.
Okay.
The shot against you hits barely with 1 success.
Okay.
Give me a dodge if you have it.
Oh
And
yeah.
armor.
Yep.
Corruption.
There is no.
You could do a corruption.
You do hear whispers from the shadow
And you
Which
have no idea how much corruption I have.
Yeah.
They
How much
seem
do you have?
stronger now for some reason.
Sure, I'll play into the game.
Okay.
Fucking who fucking cares about a character, right?
Exactly.
I mean, we're supposed to
Tried to
die.
draw their attention, man.
2 success levels.
Okay. So you dodge the arrow. Some hand of fate steps in, knocking the arrow away from you. You see a brief silhouette of green around his back, and the arrow sort of curbs at the last moment.
He's got hanging out with all those glow stick people, man.
Yeah.
Headed to a
It's not
raid.
even through my own actions.
No,
I
well,
just-
some of it are.
No, this is bullshit. I was just standing there, and all of a sudden, here, have a boatload of corruption.
So just don't stand there. You're standing in the wrong
Yeah,
place.
you're standing out of
Okay.
the
Well, the
place.
soldier won't do his job, so somebody else has to step
Okay,
up and do
so you
it.
guys dive into the alley. Are you going to stick around or run off?
I'm gonna stick with him.
Right.
No,
Are you
yeah.
going to stick around or run off? The rest of the group seems to have disappeared behind you. The only one with you is the duelist.
I am
The guards
doing
are
what I
approaching
said.
rapidly.
Yep.
Okay, so you head off. Okay, the three of you,
Were we running before?
you were hustling.
I'm going to continue to hustle.
Right. I'm not assuming you guys are running full sprint
Right.
because you're staying to the shadows. You're trying to be semi-stealthy. You just didn't catch the fact there were guards out there
Yeah.
when you came across
Now
them.
I try to lose him.
Right. You're not going cautiously.
Yeah, I really was not planning.
Right. I
yeah.
figured that. Okay. So
I mean,
you,
I have a green
you see them dive into the alleyway beyond, disappear into the shadows. What are the three of you going to do?
Is
The
there a-
guards are rapidly approaching.
Us?
No.
The intersection where the alley crosses over.
Okay.
Are you going to stay hidden in the shadows? You going to do something else? You have a bow out and ready. The other two of you are just hiding in the shadows right now.
Okay.
You don't know whether they'll spot you. You don't know whether they're going to do anything.
Is there any
Oh.
sewer grates
No.
near us?
I'm going to try and distract the guards
No.
what way?
by like shooting an arrow way to the left of them, so it looks like something happened in one of the other alleyways.
Okay, so you have 6 alert guards that are maybe 5 yards away. You're going to lean out of the alleyway.
5 yards away.
Yes.
I didn't catch on to that.
They were 10 yards originally.
It's an alleyway.
You're going to lean out of the alleyway and shoot an arrow past them,
They're going to hear exactly where that came from.
or they're going to see you, is the
Well,
main
the-
thing.
Yeah.
They did
What was
it.
that? So,
What quality of town are we in? Are we like middle class, lower class, higher class?
middle
Middle
class.
class.
Yeah.
Middle class?
Yeah. It's not the slums and it's not the high end area.
I want to I kind of like have my robes and stuff like that and have it so it looks like I'm like some type of homeless person or whatever. Just like cuddled up in a corner, just trying to hide in the shadows from more sleep.
Okay, so you're just gonna try to play possum, effectively.
Sort of.
Okay, and the two of you have your bow out, ready to go. Guards are gonna be here momentarily.
The thing is, they would less likely worry about a homeless person when they're after two people running away from them. That's my overall thing.
I'm gonna,
Possibly, but you're also out on the streets late at night past curfew, and you already know they arrest people just for being out on the street. And strange things are afoot right now in the city. All sorts of unusual things have happened.
I'm gonna back up into the shadows of the alley and just try and hide.
Just hide? Okay, so you're gonna hide and hope they don't spot you. What are you gonna do?
Can I go as far back in the alley as I can? In the
You
darkness?
can't get very far. If you're trying to hide, if you're just gonna take off at a run, you can, but then they'll almost certainly hear you.
No, I'm just gonna hide.
You're just gonna hide. Okay. So the three of you, I need a stealth roll, and I need to know who has the least number of successes.
By chance, do I get an effect because it says I have stealth rule?
a great time.
Well, we're not in the
It's
rural
a good thing I
plane.
have 2
Yeah,
fortunes.
you're urban.
Oh, okay.
Rural would be like farms and forests and things like that.
Okay, that's good.
Use fortune, or if you need a dark deal, you're welcome to do that too.
I need a dark deal.
Okay.
Not
I succeeded by 4.
That's another mutation.
2
Right.
successes.
With a 9. if that
2
matters.
successes.
Okay. 2 successes.
Almost at 3.
Oh Jesus!
You better not be saying
Can I make another dark deal?
Sure. There's plenty of deals to have.
You have a second imp on your
I rolled 100.
Okay. Well, was your other one better?
Take a roll.
Yeah.
Why not? I can't be the only one who gets totally boned tonight.
Well, look at my corruption.
Well, the thing is, you've been using all
I
your
got you beat.
fate a lot.
Well, you guys delved too deep.
2 failures.
Is that what you're gonna keep? Like
You had to take 3 corruption over a fucking stealth check.
That's what I'm gonna keep.
Okay, so 2 failures.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guards come running up. They check out the area. Let's see what there is. Their perception. Okay. They look around. Most of them look down the alleyway where the 2 of them run off. A couple of them call out, "I see them! See the green over there, that way!" And they start heading down after you, taking at least 4 of them. As they head that way, one of them in the back turns and glances in your direction and says, "Wait a minute! There's somebody over here too! You there! Hold! Don't go anywhere!" And the guy with the lantern and one of the guys with the sword points at you and starts moving towards you.
Ew.
Him specifically. I mean, you guys are all right next to him.
I'm just gonna like put my hands up like I didn't do anything. I'm just here.
Put your weapons on the ground.
Okay. Got my stuff.
Okay, they move up and look around closely in the immediate area.
I just thought those poor guards are probably getting corrupted like a motherfucker by Morse League.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I just dawned on me.
Yeah.
I was like, they're running
That's
around.
why they shot at you.
Yeah, they're stuck out at night. They come up. They glance over you, but don't really make any action. They don't seem to spot you at all. They seem more focused on him. They confiscate your weapons, shackle your hands, and lead you off to the jails as being out on the streets at night with plans to question you once they have the opportunity.
Okay.
Okay.
And now they hear you, so they come back.
They stop. Wait a minute. Who's praying? You two fairly easily outdistance the guards, despite leaving an obvious trail of a glowing light and so forth in the dark. Sometime later, you guys get to the Temple of Sigmar. At least it's in the main courtyard area. You got to go quite a distance across. The temple is closed up. There's a couple of temple guards just out front, keeping an eye on it under the shadows of the eaves of the temple itself. The rest of the place is completely deserted and empty at this
I'm
point.
gonna make sure my holy symbol's out and all that, and walk up to the guards.
I'm
Okay.
going to accompany him like he's injured. Because he is injured.
Oh, dude, I am weak
Right.
as shit. I've
So,
got
I
like
mean,
1 hit point left.
so-
My plan
me
was
walking
when
up
the
and-
guards went away, I was
Yeah.
going to do an alternate
Yeah.
route.
To the temple?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So my weapons are not
Let's
out.
Go with them.
You
What?
can.
Yeah, I
It's
want
up to you. Okay. So,
My weapons are not out. I'm physically assisting him to get
okay,
up
yeah,
to
you
the-
you stagger up to the temple with the assistance of the duelist. As you guys get there, the 2 of them come running up as well, taking a different set of alleyways or whatever. They inform you that the other guy got arrested and is presumably in jail or potentially up on trial for murder at this point. You guys stagger up to the temple. The guards, as you approach, raise their weapons and hold them defensively, and say, "Hold there! Temple's closed for the night."
Understand one of your brethren is injured. I help
You
push him.
present the priest.
Present the beast forward to them. Wow. Like I hold just like they said. I do what they say.
Okay. Give me a.
I'm intentionally not saying anything.
Okay. Give me a charm test.
Give me a wound.
Just find out when my voice is
Ooh,
all
that's a
fucking
reroll.
corrupted
Okay.
or
And use a
something.
fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Change your voice.
That's what I see it now.
Use my other fortune.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Well,
Oh.
that's 4 fail.
4 fail. They advise you seek shelter elsewhere in the town. The temple is closed. There are murderers about. With Morsley as strong as it is, there are dark deals and activities out on the streets, and the High Priest has ordered the gates to be locked for fear of corruption entering the Temple of Sigmar. Return by dawn if you survive and wish to.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Does the church have like a purifying service or a purifier? Like a holy position
That can clean corruption?
either through whatever means, right? I know the 40K universe a little bit better, so I'm kind of, and I know there's a lot of parallels, so I'm wondering if there's something to that effect.
Any of the churches fundamentally have a means to clean corruption, slow, expensive, or painful. Okay, such as with Shalia, you guys could dedicate a day or two of community service and gain a small amount of corruption back.
Sure.
In the case of Sigmar, it's more flagellation based. Bleed out your sins type stuff. But each church has its own process to remove corruption.
Or we can go to the arena and just read about knowledge.
I'm trying to figure out
that
a
could
way.
be just as punishing to sit there and read books all day.
I'm trying to use the leadership role to let us pass these guards, and I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, at this point,
I have a really high fucking leadership, is why.
at this point, they seem to be under order specifically to keep the gates closed and not allow anybody in. Again, because they have been informed of murderers about town, and
We aren't just some random citizen. That's why I'm very. I'm kind of flummoxed here because you would think of a recognized priest, even an initiate or a novitiate, would at least have some way to get into the goddamn temple.
I don't dispute that. Okay, but it's also the middle of the night, and anybody who was a legitimate priest would have presumably been there before nightfall, not wandering the streets where the laws say you're not supposed to be doing that. And they have their main concern from a superstition standpoint is if chaos is about, they don't know who's who. They have a lot of suspicions. So they're not, the priest perspective is lock the doors, keep everybody out for fear of allowing corruption into the temple.
How many people knew we were staying at the Griffin?
The town guard,
Okay.
Yeah, they contacted us.
they contact you to there. The nobles and the
pretty much
several
everybody.
a lot of the notable people knew you were staying there.
That's why you don't share yourself publicly. That's why social media is a bad thing.
Okay.
I feel like
So-
we should just go to the Thieves Guild. I mean, they've been hidden for a very long time.
So I give a healing
Yeah, it's
poultice.
full of guards
Okay,
that all
to him?
recognize us.
No,
Yeah, I have
If
one
we
too.
go
How much
there,
will
we'll
it seal?
be dead.
Good
through
question.
the
I
sewer.
don't
It's a
know.
medicine
We
check.
just murdered their own
Okay.
banding money.
The poultice is a medicine check?
Yeah,
It's a healing
pul-
draught.
healing
That's why I
draught
got
is
healing
toughness.
draughts. I had 4
Okay.
healing draughts from before I have
Okay.
Yeah, I
Is there
have
toughness
healing
bonus?
drops too, so.
Yeah, it's just your toughness bonus.
Oh, it's just your toughness
Yeah,
bonus?
just
Okay,
straight down.
fuck. I'll take yours and I'll take mine. That'll
Right.
be
The
back.
main difference is you get one per encounter. You can't take multiple ones and heal up fully. It's not like Pathfinder type
Still.
thing.
But it keeps you from the one arrow
poultice
taking
is.
out.
The
Well, I assumed I was
Drops a
down to
healing
one hit
potion.
point. I don't remember
Is
what
it?
I had.
Yeah, Drought's a healing potion. Poultice is the first aid.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to really worry about it. So yeah, you can take both of them.
Okay.
Whatever your bonus is, you get twice.
Then
So you're feeling
I'm
much
going to assume
better.
I was at one hit point
Sure.
and just make it 9.
Issue is they're really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what I had 4
I
of them.
spent a couple
That was
gold
it.
on buying them last time.
Three.
Huh?
So you
No, I
guys
got
you guys
three.
back down the stairs a little bit. They resume their post. He drinks a couple of potions and is at least feeling better. Where do you want to go? Your current light is the glow of his hammer.
Did they not notice the glow on my hammer?
So
They're more worried about the fact that there's 4 armed people trying to get into the temple.
I take my sweet cape off
Okay.
and tell him, because you said he knows that it's glowing. Like, I don't have to try to convince him that it's glowing. He just doesn't care. He thinks it's cool.
He's proud of it.
Right. Your hammer's just drawing a lot of attention we can't afford right now. Yeah, I agree. It's
Man
totally
should be proud of
awesome.
his hammer.
It's totally awesome. But we need to cover it up, or we're going to get caught at every corner. So, You just put my cape around it. Doesn't damage anything. Doesn't change the glow, and you get it. And you can let your
Fine.
freak colors
Is it
shine
fire
whenever.
or
Yeah,
just glowing?
yeah, a little bit of green flame.
Huh?
Your cape would burn.
Would burn? I thought it was just
You
glowing.
can't
green
decide
fire.
because my miniature-
Oh, I didn't know it's fire. It's just a green glow.
No, actually, coincidental, but no, I didn't consider that at all.
So it's green fire, not a green
Yeah,
glow. Oh.
it's like green flame. It's not hot by any means.
Oh. Okay.
You don't. I mean, it's up to you if you want to put your cloak around it,
I
but
put my
it's
cloak
not
around
hot.
it. Does it seem to engulf the?
Yeah,
Oh, it does. Cool.
it blocks it up.
Oh, I thought I said does it engulf it?
No, it doesn't engulf the thing at all.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, can I convince you to cover it up just until we?
Fine.
Okay. I think our only other option right now,
That's your corruption.
because they all know where we're staying, our only other option is the Thieves Guild.
Or we just go to a tavern.
Literally, there's like 10 other places you could go besides the Thieves Guild.
How about a boat? They lock down the harbor.
Yeah.
The sewers are never locked.
Where's the nearest tavern to where we're at?
There's plenty of taverns. I mean, you can find one within 10, 15 minutes if you just want to go to some random tavern.
Let's go to a random tavern.
The,
Okay.
okay.
Why not?
The Rotting Griffin.
Well, that's
The
that's
reason-
that's the thing.
I want to stay near the temple so we can get back like that once sun's up, if it ever comes up. Once sun comes up, so I want to be close to the temple, and the randomness will potentially throw off people looking for us.
We could hide in the nearest sewer too.
Yeah.
Use to go back in the sewer.
Okay. That's fine.
You know the next quest is going to be go to the sewer.
Now we'll
With a rat.
Yeah.
rescue the rat catcher, Franz.
Which one?
Yeah.
At least I have a light this time.
You do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the nearest tavern,
Okay.
and I'm actually gonna holster my hammer, wrap it up, and all that. So
Okay. Yeah. You,
no, I'm gonna try to look non-threatening.
right. You put your hammer away. It's wrapped up so the light is at least concealed.
Yes.
You guys travel through the street fairly quickly. You find heading northeast, still heading somewhat away from the dock. You find a small hole-in-the-wall type tavern inn down one of the side alleyways. It's the Shadow's Rest. Looks like a passable place, if perhaps low quality. You knock on the door, and an innkeeper opens up the window to it and says, what you want?
Rooms and booze.
He glances at you and your equipment, says, okay, opens up the door. You guys enter the room. The main lobby or whatever is about the size of this
Okay.
room. It has a table, a fireplace in the side, and like the inn counter type thing. Barely enough room for the four of you and the innkeeper, and a narrow staircase that leads up to the upper rooms. He looks at you and says, "What you doing out this late at night?
Well.
You guys aren't up to any trouble, are you?"
No, just we were foolish and got a little far away from our actual.
We were busy trying to train to be rat catchers. We hear it's at high demand nowadays. And we just lost track of time, and we came up from the sewers, and hence our filthiness, because we were in the sewers previously.
Okay, the two of you give me a charm roll.
Okay.
Oh, much better. A 4. Which is
Ooh, I succeeded by
4
2.
success.
Wow.
4 success.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
His eyes glaze over about halfway through your explanations. He doesn't seem to really care. He says, "Okay, well, you guys are in luck. I got a few extra rooms. Silver a night."
Okay. I give him 10 silver.
Wait, what?
I know it's extra.
Okay. He says,
That makes us.
I said, do you have any food left from dinner earlier? I said,
"Yeah, I can rustle up some real quick for you."
Will 10 cover dinner for me as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you. I
We
appreciate
can't
it.
just be spending
And
all of our money.
It ain't our
It's
money,
his.
it's mine.
I'm
Can't you
gonna
sold yourself away?
assume if anybody asks, you guys weren't here.
I
He
appreciate
scoops
that.
the coins off into his pocket.
I appreciate it.
He says, "Upstairs, rooms 4, 5, and 8.
Do they all
I'll
face?
take 8.
Do the rooms face the street?
One faces the street. Room 4, 5, and 8 face the back alley.
Okay, and is there just the front entrance into this building?
As far as you're aware, yes.
Okay. Okay.
He goes out into a back room. You can hear him rattling around with some pans and things like that.
Okay.
You guys head up. The room is a plain plank bed, a old rusty wash basin, no water in it, but there is a spigot at the end of the first hallway. There is a bucket at the foot of the bed for a latrine. The door is closed, but there is no lock. There's just a wooden peg that you hang over it.
The room facing the street has a window?
It does. Does not have glass.
That's the room I want.
Okay.
That one's fine.
It has shutters, but it does not have glass.
Okay.
Can I be with you, please?
Well, maybe. We got one bed in there?
There is one bed.
You
I
guys
am
sleep on the
fine
floor.
sleeping on the
Okay.
floor.
Okay, it's relatively
soldier.
small, definitely uncomfortable, but it is a bed.
Okay.
I
The
will.
bed's as
You
comfortable.
take 5. He said he wanted 8.
What's the other one? I guess.
4, 5, and 8.
No,
He had
it's
3
not
rooms.
comfortable. So
I guess I'll take the unoccupied one.
Okay, that's 5.
And I want to. Which way does the door open?
Into the room.
Into the room.
Yeah.
I want to rearrange the furniture so my halberd is propped up against the door.
Okay. So that it makes noise if somebody opens it
yes.
or jams it, or do you want to jam it?
A little bit of both. I don't want it to be like the halberd will snap in half if someone tries to force it
Understood.
open.
But the point is, do you want to jam it shut, which is going to wedge it in there, or do you just want to lean it there so it doesn't really cause a disturbance, but it will fall out of the way easily? Certainly, somebody trying to batter the door down, you're going to hear.
Yeah.
At the same point, if you don't want to necessarily have that slowed down, because you'd have to remove it also if you wanted to leave, then you would just lean it up there. I don't know what your intent is.
I would jam it.
Okay. You jam your halberd in there, securing the door. Like I said, he gives you a key. It's a very basic wooden key that sort of sticks into the lock and sort of knocks the wooden notch out of the way. It's more unlatches it rather than locks it.
Right.
It's not that fancy. So he secures himself in his room. You took the front room with the soldier. He's sleeping on the floor.
I'm leaving the door open and I'm staying awake. I'm not going to sleep.
Okay. And you go up to the upper room. Let me see the book.
You guys are weird. Do you have to pay for your room?
Corruption's a couple pages.
I got
Master
my room
miracles.
free.
Ha ha.
Back, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, in all seriousness, I may very well be executed by the town because I may mutate while in prison.
Correct.
That's correct.
But
At least,
never made cards.
at least you have a free room.
Right.
Right up until the
I'm
end.
feeling actually pretty great, guys. I don't know what you guys are complaining about.
I feel like we should actually stay at the Rod and Griffin.
You know, I understand the mechanics and all this of the more sleep thing, but if you think about it, like every town guardsman would have gotten corrupted to the point of horrific stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they
The
wear a hat.
first night.
Yep.
That's why they wear a hat.
The aluminum foil inside their
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, if the mechanics apply equally across the populace, and not just
Maybe
to the
they are.
adventurers.
Maybe they are all corrupted.
That's why they're so harsh. That's why they shot at you.
Yeah.
Well,
They
maybe that's why they
Those
did
are
it.
spines, not arrows.
That's right. Those are fingertips from previous victims. Okay. Corrupting influences. Corrupting. Okay. Should you ever gain more corruption than your willpower bonus plus your toughness bonus? That's your base. Make a challenging endurance test. So just a straight endurance test. If you pass, each time you've gained corruption, you have to, so like when you got 3 or 4 points, that's one time. You don't gain
Okay.
it for each point, you gain it for one event.
Okay.
Okay? So the first time you went past your limit,
Right.
make a endurance test.
Ho 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 ho! Hot one.
Okay, so you
69.
passed.
Nice.
69, is that a pass or a
It's got
fail?
a lesson
Fail.
B's and
Okay. So,
No.
you fail, then either your body or mind mutates. Okay? First, you lose a number of corruption points equal to your willpower bonus.
3 corruption points. I'm still over.
Is it just
Okay.
like
Then,
my actors?
roll percentile dice.
Number is 39.
Yes.
It's up to the GM's discretion whether events
Me
was
and Jordan.
60
usually.
There's a chart for it.
At least it's not
Now
80.
you get one more.
What?
It's not 60.
60. Okay. Your mind has corrupted.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Each skill.
That's the good one.
If you should you survive long enough to get more mutations than your toughness bonus, or mental corruptions than your willpower bonus, your soul dissolves and you become chaotic. You're basically lost to corruption. So you effectively you're dead. Okay. So the mental corruption. Give me a percentile roll.
71.
Well, do you not have a fate to
Obviously had one we had to resolve
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
that we never figured out. Okay, roll an endurance roll for that.
Another one beyond the one I just
No,
rolled?
just a straight the first endurance roll. What did you roll on that?
Oh, it's not one.
Okay, you passed the first one. Now, the first time you get corruption, once you're past the threshold, you roll another one.
Succeed.
Okay. Then
Multiple levels, but
did
yeah.
you gain any more corruption after that?
Yes, I did.
You
What-
had
and
3 or
another
4
event.
events.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was
roll another one.
fucking getting
Every
corruption.
event gives you another
Espresso
roll.
beans.
All right, I'm gonna go with.
Did you fail that one?
And I can burn a fate to reroll this?
You can burn a resilience.
A resilience will make you pass that roll, but it's the permanent one.
Yeah, it's the permanent one.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Because that was a 98.
Your character.
Well, it's only success or fail. The 98 doesn't matter.
That's
Your
Okay.
character's gonna be
And
sad.
then
I think one more.
okay.
Not a 99 though.
No.
You could potentially take a dark deal, re-roll that, succeed, but then you have to roll for the dark deal.
Right, because you gained it's another event.
But you could pass both of them.
You could, or you can burn another resilience to bypass to
How
auto
many
succeed.
resilience do you start off with?
30.
In your
No.
no,
Well,
it's
I
no.
start
you
off
split
with
the
30.
5 points between fate and resilience. So
Let me go look at my old
They
character
turn that
sheet, 'cause
into
I
a
don't
loophole
remember.
and constantly be able to continue rolling.
Well, yeah,
you
but
can,
you
but
could
your
have
corruption
And-
keeps
until,
going.
until you fail enough on toughness or willpower.
I have one more left. So I'm going to use resilience on this.
Okay, so you auto pass then.
Okay.
So mark off the 2 resilience.
Yeah, I've
you're
only
at
got
0
one
now.
left.
Oh,
No,
1
you're right,
left. Okay. No, you used 2.
Yeah, okay, I have one
Sweet.
left.
Okay. So you have 1, and I believe that's all the events you had. So you got a lot of corruption. You just haven't mutated left. Every time you have an event, you may potentially corrupt. You may mutate, and you only reduce your max by your willpower bonus, or your current by your willpower bonus, which means you're going to be in danger zone for quite some time before it comes back down enough.
Yeah, because I'm currently at 17.
Yeah. So. Okay.
That's what you get for praying to Ulrich all the time.
That's right.
That joke is so tired.
Yes.
Well, you're the one who keeps gaining the corruption. Maybe you should stop.
But the good news is, after spending a little bit of time catching your breath, checking your body over, you don't seem to have any new growths, tentacles, or anything like that.
Is my hammer still going?
It is.
And
Okay.
he's like,
Until the morning, and it's
Carter said it's like you're checking for ticks.
That's right.
Oh, is
Oh,
that
well,
oh,
Well, that would be more of a mental disadvantage.
Insanity check.
yeah.
So yeah, you unwrap your hammer. It still glows, and you sit up
I got
most
3 balls.
you sit up most of the night staring at the glow of the hammer.
Awesome.
They said below the moon, and I was like, "What are you looking
It's
at?"
like a mini
Um,
wolf sleep. It's like a mini
Okay, you
wolf
said you're
sleep.
staying up specifically,
I am.
and you're going to sleep on the floor,
Yes.
which
he
seems
knows-
kind of productive. Wouldn't he sleep on the bed if you're staying up?
No.
Okay, you
Yeah,
paid
it
for the
is.
room.
Sitting on the floor. Why
And
would
you're
I
just
do
getting
that?
some
Yeah,
sleep?
I paid for all the rooms.
Okay, so
Thank you, by the way.
sometime later in the night.
Food? All right.
Well, food. Yeah, he brings some
Nope,
food.
he doesn't bring you food.
It's delicious. It's
No,
delicious. I love it.
he brings you food. It's not delicious.
It's wonderful.
It is tasty, or at least edible.
Okay.
It has, he claims, raisins.
Yeah.
Make it
It
endurance
is
check as
edible.
you get disease.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I'm in the kitchen. I saw your pet rat a minute ago.
Yeah, how do you think he cooks the food? He doesn't know it naturally. The rat does it.
Anyways, he comes in. He delivers the food. He looks around. He seems overly curious, I guess, about you and what's going on and so forth. But he drops off the food and then disappears downstairs. Perhaps an hour or two later, you hear footsteps in the street, and you hear knocking on doors up and down the alleyway. Okay. You care to look out or not?
Is the upstairs? Is it a balcony overlooking?
It's not a balcony
the lower,
at all.
So there's a staircase
windy.
down.
Yeah, there is a staircase in the hallway, very narrow, leads down into the lobby area. You're in just like a little closet type room with a window that looks out onto the main street.
The other rooms have windows. Their
no,
rooms.
no.
Okay. But I can tell they're coming down this way.
They're heading down
Okay.
the street, heading towards this area, and knocking on all the doors, waking people up.
Does it seem like they're searching the homes they're in?
Give me a perception check.
I also wait.
That is
You're
am
asleep.
I awake?
Nope.
So much time reworking my character.
That's one success.
One success. Okay. Yeah, you hear them a couple of doors down. They are knocking loudly, looking for whoever lives at the place, and then questioning them as to whether or not they've seen several figures that match your descriptions.
Gotcha. Is there light downstairs? In
There
our
is.
building?
You don't see any light currently, other than the light in the street from their lanterns.
I meant like in our building downstairs. Like the guy's still awake downstairs.
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 2 in the morning at this point. Now, the other thing you do notice is more sleep has noticeably shrunken, like it's moved on.
Yeah.
The fog is cleared out. The greenish glow is effectively gone.
Except for his hammer.
He shrunk like a raisin.
That's right.
Yeah. See, all I had to do was get a meal.
Yeah.
So I will go down the hallway
Is that a long-term goal?
Okay, so
Sorry.
you step out your door and knock on his.
on his and his.
You tried to open
To let them know. No, I just
Yeah,
knock lightly on both of their doors
Okay.
and have them come down to.
Okay. He's awake.
Yeah.
You see a greenish glow coming from his room.
Come on, glow stick. What's going on here?
Okay, what's going
Hey,
on?
so they're searching for us.
Give me a
And-
perception roll.
My room's the only one with a window, man. We already know we can get out windows. And if they try to come in here, we
Did
need
we
to be
get
able to
his
stop
buff
them.
back?
No, not yet.
I'm wrapping up my hammer as soon as he says that.
Failed
I
by
only got a
like
pink. I
7.
never green.
Okay, yeah, you're fast asleep. There's no answer from George's room.
Oh man. Okay. Well then.
He's out.
So I will attempt to push the door open. I'll get an
No,
answer. It's not budging.
It doesn't budge. Not with basic pressure.
No. I'm not. I'm not going to.
You're not going to try to break the door.
I'm not going to break the door.
2 in the
Okay,
morning,
yeah.
kicks
You
in the
you
door.
push on it. You use your wooden key and flip the switch in it or the latch and everything. You give it a shove. It doesn't budge at all.
Okay. So I will have.
You can hear snoring inside the room. It's obvious he's in there, but asleep.
I will have him come down into my room.
Okay.
So they're
You see,
both
I
in there.
sleep
I'll wake.
off the corruption,
I got
unlike
you.
you.
Hold on. I'm gonna wake the soldier up.
Okay.
Let them know to be ready.
Okay. They're about a door away at this point.
Okay.
Down the street.
So I will pound super hard on his door one time.
Give me another perception roll.
You know, I only have like a 30%.
That's fine. I'm hitting it hard this time. And this isn't a soft tap. This is a wake up.
Nope, failed by 5.
We're all gonna die because you sleep like a.
Oh no, he'll die because I'm not staying.
Yeah, I ain't staying.
Yeah, he's.
So,
I'll give a fortune point.
Is there a Is there a crack in the door like
no,
crack?
he has it jammed shut.
No. Is there like a crack in between the slats of the door or anything like that? That's about that wide, maybe.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna stick my rapier in and just.
Well, you can't reach him.
No, I didn't know where his bed
It's
was.
a small room. It's not that
Yeah,
small.
I didn't know
It's not
where
like
his
he's
bed
sleeping
was.
right in front of the door.
Also rearrange the furniture itself.
We can use the
Use it for
extending
fortune.
room.
He's trying to
No.
use it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not talking about things.
I failed by 1.
Okay, so yeah, you come to, you hear noises outside the room.
Do you think we could
Get out
move
here.
to a different?
Get out here, Jay Monkey. Let's go.
Hey, do you think we could move
I
to
guess
a
I
different
will,
room? Because he knows
gather
what
your
to
stuff?
look for.
Yeah, I got
It
it.
does
Oh my
not.
god, they're
There's
gonna
only
look for the fucking
Yeah,
7 or 8 rooms that are in here.
there's only 3 rooms up here anyway.
Oh,
Like
okay.
maybe
Well,
maybe there's 8.
Are they
'cause
going into the buildings, or are they just searching them?
if they're not giving
Are-
a good answer, but they're questioning the people about whether or not they see anybody like us. And while he said that he wouldn't tell anybody that we were here,
As he's describing this, you guys hear a loud banging on the door downstairs.
yeah, I just want to be prepared. So be ready.
I'm going over to the window.
Okay,
Yeah,
Be
me
ready.
too.
Shut
stay
them
down out of the window.
I get
though.
all my stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You do see a faint glow from his hammer. It's
No,
wrapped
I
up.
said-
Yeah, it's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Oh, you motherfucker. Now it's glowing through it, huh?
It
No.
passed to
The
floor.
more important it is, the more it's going to glow.
So, so does the? Do I hear the?
It's not a positive thing.
Do I
Have you
hear?
seen a horror movie?
Do I hear the innkeeper moving around down there?
Actually, from one of the rooms right there, the innkeeper emerges. He has like
Okay.
this head-to-toe gown on and like this
Outstanding.
old
Yes.
pointed
it.
hat and everything. He stands up, wipes his face, wipes the grime off his beard, holds up a candle, looks at the 4 of you like completely confused, and then starts staggering down. He's wearing bunny slippers. He works his way
I
down
hold
to the
his-
lower level.
His shoulder for just a moment.
Okay.
I pull a single gold out.
Okay.
And I,
You still
Put
have
it-
gold?
yes, I do. I put a single gold in his hand and just look at him knowingly for your service, and I allow him to go.
Okay. He shuffles downstairs. You hear him talking. He opens up the door and he says, "What do you want?" The guard starts questioning and says, "We're looking for these figures. Have you seen any of these people that match your description?" They give fairly reasonable descriptions of each of you. I mean, something that a casual person probably would recognize you guys by. You hear him mumble something out. Each of you give me a perception check.
Next, we do go to a barber shop and each get mohawks.
I don't think you get one, George. You're like asleep.
No,
he's
I
there.
woke him up.
Oh,
He's there.
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't get a perception.
I don't
check.
get
don't get one.
because this thieves guild is rocking right
Okay.
now.
No, I failed by 5.
One
success.
success.
1 success, 3 success.
I failed miserably.
Okay. You hear him. You hear him sort of mumble out and says, "I don't know what you're talking about, officer. I've been alone. Look at my place. Nobody stays here." And after a moment or two, the guards get frustrated and move on down the street. Don't seem to bother to come in.
He's getting a big tip.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he got
You've already given him a gold and 10 silver. That is a big tip.
He already did get a big check.
You already gave him a pretty big bribe, and you guys were fairly charming. So okay.
He's gonna buy
Yeah,
the
well,
rotten griffin soon enough.
We're rat catchers in training.
Right.
Sure.
Hey, he said how. I mean, rat
Sure.
catching's money.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes later, he comes staggering back up the stairs. He pauses a moment to look at you guys, smiles a little bit through his crooked teeth, and says, "I don't know what you guys did, but I don't like the guards. I just need you guys out by sunrise."
No
Will
problem.
do. Love your slippers.
Okay.
Sigmar.
He shuffles back into his room and closes the door.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. So I'll stay awake.
Okay.
You guys can sleep. Do me a favor. Don't get Jimmy jammed on your door, man.
No Jimmy Jams.
I didn't know you were staying awake. I thought you were going to sleep.
I'm staying awake, guys.
I'll
Okay.
go back to my room.
Okay. Unwrap and stare at your hammer again. Okay.
I will have my halberd so when it opens it makes sound.
It just falls?
Yeah, it
Okay,
just
that
falls.
opens easily?
Okay,
Okay.
yes.
He printed out a mini for me that I made for this on Hero Forge.
Yeah.
Big two-handed hammer. He's holding it out like this,
Yep, that's exactly.
and it's a
what you do.
brazier on.
Yeah, it's burning.
Oh,
He happened to make it burning.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that. I'm just going with the story. This works.
That's awesome. Yep.
So now I
So
get to paint it green tonight.
that's right.
That's totally missing.
So the rest of the night passes fairly quietly. The two of you stay up and end up fatigued in the morning.
Okay.
The other two of you get some sleep and are otherwise fine. I'd say you're rested because you're still sleeping on a bed or someplace semi-safe. Morning dawns, and you can hear some rattling downstairs of the innkeeper doing his thing. What do you guys wish to do at this point? You guys are currently in your rooms.
Make sure everybody's up. And we're
Yeah,
gonna pack up.
they're up.
Are you wanting to go back to Temple Sigmar today?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get our way there. Should we split up, guys?
Can I
do
Well,
that?
I
Can
was
I,
thinking, while you
touch your
guys
hammer?
Go there, since I'm not corrupted, I could go sell all that stuff
I
that
don't
we
know, we
got
have that
from
kind
the
of relationship.
warehouse, so we get a bit of extra money. So
I
it
want to
can
do.
help us.
Money's not something we
I
need
want
at
to
the
do
moment,
detect
right?
artifact.
You want
Also,
to
if they're just gonna
Artifact?
walk out
Yes.
right?
and
Okay.
It's
in the
basically
market,
detect magic.
still
where the
You can tell what
guards
it
are
is.
all at,
If it's still glowing.
No, like,
Yes,
what
it
you
is still glowing.
Give me
Okay.
your
Like
clothes.
visible in daylight.
Cloaking,
glowing?
gonna say
In daylight, it has a faint greenish tint,
Okay.
but it's not like obviously glowing in fire.
Fair enough.
It seems to definitely be diminished since the previous night.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
It's a blind intuition check.
Okay.
My intuition's 34.
Yes, it seems to be radiating some magical qualities.
Okay. Am I able to identify such things?
No.
No. Okay. It's magic.
so should we? So if
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So right now we know that we don't know where Dip is. We know where Dip 2 is. But we know he's in jail.
Intuition
We
check
don't. There's one
tells me
central
what
jail.
properties it is. I passed.
They don't.
Right, you don't-
They don't,
yeah, you don't-
Warehouses.
they don't take him to like a guard shack. They take him to the jail.
They generally would, if he's arrested, he would be first taken
Same
to a
place he
local
went.
post.
Yeah.
Tossed in jail, and then once processed, he'd be sent to the local prison
Okay.
and/or judged and put to death.
Okay. So we got a little bit of time.
A little bit of time,
A
yes.
little bit of time.
Well,
Okay,
you
now-
know their
Did
judging
my night
system.
go-
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Guilty.
Did you do it? No, sir. Guilty.
did my night go uneventful?
What?
Never mind.
You're an ornamental?
He said.
I was gonna ask, did my night go uneventful?
I will cover
Yeah,
you in
that's
a
why I
moment. I
said
need to
never
figure out
mind.
what
I
they're
assumed-
doing at this
I
point.
assumed you were gonna get. to
Yep.
that.
Do you
I
guys
will.
want to split up so because they're looking for a group of us, or just stick together and try to keep out of the main strip and get him over to the Temple of Sigmar and see what happens?
I feel like we should go shopping.
Fucking
But we
What?
should go shopping for new
Is that-
clothes.
could I see
Maybe
that?
get a different hairstyle.
Okay,
I
Arthur
think I
Morgan.
changed
No,
my
I'm
glasses
actually
to an owl.
serious.
Well, you two go ahead.
Oh.
You guys go ahead and do that.
Well, if you guys are going to
Park off
the
white today.
church now, we'll go. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we change
yeah,
how
new
we
look.
look at an appearance
Rarest
for
item in
to
the
change
game,
our
which is
description.
a
Yeah, oh,
tank bag.
absolutely. I mean, I'm fine with that.
They're hard
But-
to find. You gotta have a big backpack.
If we can get
Oh,
him
yeah,
to
backpack,
the
I'm just
church
gonna
and see
carry
what
both
their
of them 'cause it
reaction
put me on
is
my
for
way.
him anyway.
What?
I want to see what their reaction is to him
Right.
anyway.
It's so incredibly hard to get one of those things, and he found two of them on his first raid in the wild.
Yeah.
Evan has that kind of luck. It's bullshit.
Okay.
So, dropping you off at Sigmar, seeing as I let you in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want? We could
Um,
watch him from across the street.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I'll walk him right up.
Nobody wants to see, I think, what's going to happen to me.
I'm gonna walk him right up to the front door and then step back. If you guys want to be across the street, that's fine. And then if they allow him in and he's good to go, then we'll go get our haircuts and
Yeah.
makeup put on and
We're each gonna
I
go
have my
off.
wig. I still got my wig and my makeup
Oh, you're
kit.
not
Okay.
gonna make it.
So you guys' plan is to head to the Temple of Sigmar,
Yeah.
and then the three of you are going to go find disguises.
Well, just new clothes and haircuts and
Yeah. Change our physical
so
description.
yes.
So the reasonably good description
So,
is not as
if
good.
you have a beard, you're going to shave it. If you don't have a beard, you're going to grow one.
Yeah. You think really hard.
Okay.
Mutton chops. Wham! Done.
You're a werewolf. Eat a lot of eggs
Okay.
that morning, have a beer.
That's right.
Okay, so you guys head out. You head downstairs first.
Attached to rats.
The guy has a couple of eggs cooking.
Nice.
Offers you some breakfast if you want it. He comments,
Rats to the
I'm
future.
not sure what your plans were, but you probably want to avoid the gates. Word on the street is they're still hunting for you.
The gates, as in where the
Like the big gates
Sigmar
we
is?
went.
Or the
No,
front
the gates is in the gates to the city.
Oh, okay.
Like if you guys are trying to get out of the city,
Yeah.
you're not going to have a lot of luck going through the main gates.
Do
Well,
you happen to
could
know
be.
another way out of the city?
Why do you have such bad blood with the guards?
Have you seen how rude they are?
They're
Yeah.
quite rude. No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, they're
we
rude.
aren't running because we're guilty. That's the worst part about this whole thing.
I don't care. Rat catchers or whatever. That's not my business.
Eggs are
I
delicious.
just don't like. I don't like the law. You guys pay well, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Do you know
This
of
is,
another way?
this is a couple copper tavern. We pay in gold.
We just funded this dude for like a year.
I'm doing fine right now. I don't really care.
He's currently at the newspaper looking for new taverns to buy.
Yeah, he's got the watching. Let's see. Idle
Only I can
Ring.
read.
Let's see. Let's buy the 5 seasons. No, he doesn't seem to be changing his lifestyle based on his newfound wealth,
Yeah.
but he doesn't seem to have any love for the law.
Yeah.
According to him, the word that he's heard is they've locked down the gates and they've locked down the harbor. So unless you guys can find some other way out of town, it's probably only a matter of time until they find you.
Well,
It's got to be the Thieves Guild. That's the only. I mean,
well, there's also the sewer system because you know how the goblin originally escaped from outside of the walls
right.
into the town.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, but the only entrance into the sewer system was in town.
Right. He ran through the gate.
No, he climbed in through one of the storm drains that was too small for anybody else to get through.
Right. He had to go into town to get in.
My
Right.
daughter did that to me last
But
night.
I'm
and
sure
totally
that
got me.
the way that
And then
they're
when I went to
smuggling
look-
things
I
in
could
and
see
out.
your hand. I was like,
Correct.
The way they're smuggling things in and out, the Thieves Guild is the only option for us to get out of town alive.
Right.
But how do we get?
I don't want to leave town.
Oh, you want to leave town?
I want to clear our name.
Yeah. Well, we can't do that
That's
while
called
we're
death.
dead.
Okay. So, you guys are gonna head to the temple and drop him off.
If he still wants to go to the temple, I'll escort him to the temple.
Okay. So you guys head out early in the morning, after having some eggs. Fairly greasy,
Yep.
a lot of bacon. It actually looks. The bacon looks overpriced for what he typically would have. It's like he went out and spent some money.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys go to the temple. The center town square is a lot busier at this point. A lot of people walking around. There are quite a few guards. The number of patrols on the street have been increased. I'm assuming you guys are at least maintaining a low profile.
And the little distance from each other, even.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
assuming you guys are doing the basics
Yeah.
to try to, rather than just walking around saying, "Priest of Sigmar, here we am," type stuff.
Shooting my gun in the air.
Yeah, drawing attention to yourself. Anyways, you guys get to the temple without anybody really caring. The guards are there. The doors are open at this point.
Different guards.
Yeah, different guards.
So, same deal. Are you talking, or you want me to talk when we go up there?
No, I'll talk.
Okay.
I'll talk.
Well, then I'll assist him up there like he's still hurt, and
He looks really tired. Really.
Yeah.
Both of you are.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You guys walk up. The guards sort of look at you, but don't really say or do anything.
I'm just gonna walk through.
Yeah. Okay. You guys walk into the main foyer.
Okay.
There's a couple of acolytes and so forth around the area, and several locals just praying at the temple.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the acolytes. I'm gonna look at the acolytes. I'm gonna look for the oldest looking of the acolytes.
They're all pretty old. You see one of them. He looks at you and says, "Oh yes, how are you doing, brother?"
Not well, brother. There is corruption afoot within the city, and I need to speak to the
His name
Grand
is
Cleric.
Franz. His name is Franz.
High Priest Franz.
High Priest Franz, thank you. High Priest Franz.
Also known as the Rat Catcher, also known as the.
That's right. He wears many
Dude,
hats.
it's like
Yeah.
the
Also
name
known as the
Jim.
Thieves Guild leader.
Yes, also known as the Thieves Guild leader.
It's like the name
all-
John Smith.
It's all one person.
Oh,
Possible.
that would be funny.
I've been saying this the whole time. They're the same person.
Anyways,
no two have been
you
together.
wish to speak to High Priest Franz? Okay. Let me see if he's available.
Thank you, brother.
Have a seat here. Rest yourself.
I will also start praying.
Okay. He shuffles off. Give me a perception check, the two of you.
Watch my fucking
fail
look.
by
I was
3.
Franz, so I didn't recognize him.
What?
Fail by 3.
Ooh. Succeed by 2.
Okay.
Reason-
You see him head around the pews down the end of the chapel and so forth. He pauses to speak to another one of the acolytes, whispers something to him, and then shuffles out through one of the back of the doors. The other acolyte glances over in your direction, and then heads out through one of the other doors.
You need to leave.
I'm going out the front to
Okay.
see, because those doors look like they go to the outside. Not,
No, they lead out into the building. There are other doors,
Oh.
access doors out of the building, but you have no idea where he would be coming out. He's not going out the main door.
This is going to go badly. You need to leave.
I'm going to go out the front door.
Okay.
Yep. Just
Just leave?
He told me, I
Okay.
trust his instinct.
Okay.
I'm heading out the
You
front
head
door.
back out, meet up with the two of them. What are you guys going to do at this point?
Thieves Guild. is
You
where
guys
I'm
go
headed.
into the Thieves Guild?
Yep.
Sure. Well, how do we know the
Maybe
Thieves Guilds
later,
are just not
like
returning?
after this
They
game,
might.
I'm gonna change
might
to
not.
an alcohol, I think.
Okay.
Before
that
we
fits. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. but
he
I need
gets
to get better
too
with
far away,
Uh-huh.
a tender
I'm going
pop.
to give you my pouch with all my money
Oh, okay.
in case something bad happens to me. Here
There's
you
2
go.
brass pennies in it.
Okay.
Right. All the wealth he has in the world.
It's not a- I'll tell you later
Okay.
if it comes down to it. It's not a small amount of money.
Okay. So you guys
Very
head to
brass.
the tavern with the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Crossed Pikes, I believe it was.
Yes.
Now, meanwhile, you head to the Crossed Pikes at night.
7 p.m. sharp.
Yes, you are there on time, despite all the other events of the evening. You give them the weapon that they fairly easily recognize since they've been keeping a careful eye on him.
I assume so.
They comment how they're impressed that you were able to be successful, even though perhaps you bent the rules a little bit by purchasing another weapon. But in the spirit of the wager, that works well. And they say, well, I guess you seem successful. Why don't you join us for the evening? We have a bit of a party going on here.
By all means, I will. Join them for the evening.
You hang out for a few hours. Around about 10 p.m., the place erupts in activity. At one point, if you remember, there's a watch station outside the place. Shortly before 10, there is a bunch of whistles and alarms lit up from there. And pretty much all the guards, all the off-duty guards in the place, clear out almost immediately.
Wow.
Okay, and head out there. The rest of the people that are here, that you come to realize are all part of the Thieves Guild, or at least part of this organization, if it's a Thieves Guild.
If it's a Thieves Guild. Who knows?
They've never actually confirmed that.
They're like,
But
if it was theoretically.
If it was theoretically a Thieves Guild, yes, they all seem concerned that something's up, and the leader sends a couple of his guys out to figure out what's going on. They come back later and said, I don't know what your companions are doing, but the town says they just killed the magistrate. That's seriously bad. So I don't know if you have a means of contacting them or finding them, or maybe they'll be smart enough to head here, but they're screwed if they can't get out of town.
To be honest, I don't really care. They kind of just hired me to carry their stuff.
Sorry, Ben.
I remember them talking about heading to some warehouse, but to be honest, I'm switching my loyalty to someplace else.
Okay, that's mildly disturbing that your loyalty is so easily traded. Our organization tends to value loyalty
I
and
knew that was not going to go well.
long-term commitment.
Well, I wasn't loyal to them to begin with. They just paid me money.
Perhaps you don't understand how our organization runs.
I don't expect payment.
Right. But you see, we have this thing about people who can trade their loyalty at a moment's notice. If you're saying you're not one who can be trusted, then we may have to have some further discussion.
I'm very trustworthy. I'm not. Yeah, I'm very trustworthy.
Thieves Guild in general are not ones you want to have flighty loyalty to.
Yeah.
Because they value that loyalty.
Yeah.
It's very important to them.
It's hard to convince them. If you would have said nothing, like, oh, I'll do my best, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. I just want to make sure you understand the situation you might be getting yourself into. Unlike the werewolf one, that you understand the undertones here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
they pretty much hang out or let you hang out for a little bit. About 11 o'clock, there is a large rattle in the building. Beer bottles, mugs, etc. all shake. A couple of bottles fall off the wall. And everybody looks up in shock and surprise. And there is momentarily a greenish glow in the room that fades almost instantly, leaving everybody feeling sort of ill to the stomach.
Man, they fell all the way at Thieves Guild.
It went across the entire city.
It's okay. It's
Referencing the map,
Yeah.
you guys are. Well, ignore that. That's
The
a
White
light.
House was like
You
right
guys are like here.
that's
Yeah.
more than 12 blocks.
Yeah, that's like
Yes.
20.
Okay. Again, they send out runners. They come back a little bit later at night, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, and report that their contacts in the town guard are now even more concerned. Apparently, quite a few of the nobles and merchants and guild leaders have been murdered, and they have more than a few witnesses that claim that your group killed them. Okay.
Why did we let them
Oh my god.
According,
What did you guys do?
according to this guy, it is probably unsafe for you to be anywhere close to Bogenhaven because the guards are already at the stage of shoot first and then figure out how to frame you after type investigation.
Is there any place I can stay here?
You can stay here. We can hide you for a day or two until we can arrange passage for you to get out of town.
I would very much enjoy that.
Right. Now, regarding that discussion of loyalty,
Yeah.
I'm going.
we don't really do this out of the goodness of our heart.
I
And although we appreciate this sword you donated to our cause, the fact that you aren't quite as loyal, we're going to need to sort of get a, shall we say, donation to guarantee your loyalty.
Okay.
Okay? We're thinking on the order of 3 crowns.
3 crowns? I have about 3 crowns worth of stuff. Does it have to be...
No, we'll take it in trade. Not a problem.
I have 3 daggers and 9 silver.
Okay. If you can add up enough equipment and cash that total 3 gold, that's what they're asking for to secure your passage out of town.
A dagger's worth 9 silver, right?
I don't know.
No, it's more like 6.
Yeah.
6, 12, 18,
Plus you said you had 9.
9.
That's 27.
So I
Okay.
have 2 gold
That's
crowns.
one gold.
That's
crown.
2 gold crowns that I have and 7 silver.
Now, they also inform you that one of your companions has been arrested as part of this search. He was found on the streets and gave himself up willingly. They expect his trial to be that morning, his sentencing that afternoon, his death that evening.
Oof.
The courts move quickly.
Guilty.
Should we?
Now,
No. We
they can arrange a rescue if there is such a desire. But again, your loyalty is a little bit suspect at this point. That's going to require some payment for them to do so. Okay? On the order of, they're thinking 5 gold.
Well,
Okay?
I do have to admit, he was. He
Didn't
was,
like him anyways.
he was he was not that nice, to be honest. None of
Okay.
them were nice to me. They were very rude.
Okay.
This is what we
So,
got for a trade.
Quite nice.
Right
I'll let
now-
you go first.
In the meantime, they give you a place to hide out for the night.
Okay.
They will keep you safe for at least the next 2 days, while assuming you can come up with the cash.
Okay.
And if you can come up with the cash in time, they will mount a rescue and get him out of the jail.
Well, I don't
Okay.
think I can come up with enough for him.
I understand you might not be able to. However, shortly after morning, around 10 a.m. ish or so, you guys are at the tavern when the 3 of them show up in a bit of a rush. What were the 2 guys? The twins.
Rain and Rain.
Rain and Rain open the door and let your companions in, calling out loudly to the group, "Hey guys, look who wandered in!"
Oh,
A couple of people call out, says, "Hey, the Bounty Boys!"
Bounty Boys, I like that.
It's so nice to see
Hey,
you
Dad,
guys.
as soon as I see him, I'm gonna run up and punch him.
Why?
Okay.
He ain't done nothing.
Yeah, he ain't done
What?
He hasn't done anything.
I
He
didn't
hasn't.
He just
abandon
wasn't
you.
here last time. He never abandoned anybody.
No,
You guys
He
didn't tell me
did.
where you were
What the-
going.
He
I
wasn't
didn't
here.
abandon you.
He didn't play.
he wasn't here that day.
Yeah.
He wasn't at all.
His character. He
Wasn't
didn't.
he
No.
in
No.
the same tavern with us?
No.
Where
Nope.
was he then?
He was going to.
He had
He's been on
had
his
bought.
own track this whole time.
Yeah, he bought a weapon for him and traded for his other weapon. He hasn't done anything visibly to you. Anyway,
So
Not
nice
do
to
the
see
punch.
you.
the tavern owner is sitting behind the bar. He's chuckling, holds up a piece of parchment, looks at you. It's a pretty good likeness.
Could I,
What am I worth?
It says here you guys are worth about 20 crown apiece.
Oh,
New
so
high.
separate. What?
This one guy says he'll even throw in a silver platter.
Oh, I have one of those.
When he said 5 gold and then 3 gold, is that 8 gold total?
Yes.
Yes, sir. That you are good with math.
All right. So
So
I
you
heard-
guys compare a couple of notes,
So we talk about
presumably.
my buddy's in jail. We know
Yep.
he's
Yeah.
in jail.
Yeah, they fill you in. Assuming Carter fills you in, the roguish group here is they offer the same deal. They will get you out of town for the 3 gold apiece.
3 gold apiece.
They will mount a rescue operation.
We don't need him.
You guys have until sunset. If you guys can come up with the funding for that to pay for that.
I give the 3 hand weapons I collected as my payment, each a gold piece.
Okay? Sure.
Oh, we
Okay.
can give gold. Oh, then I have 3
And also
gold.
we have to do
You
that.
can give up
What are you
any
talking about?
equipment or cash that you have to come up with the funds.
I'll get rid
What
of
was
my.
in your bag?
How much money did he have?
Yeah, that's what I need to know. Because if not,
It's a spare coin purse.
I'll be there, but
So-
we're gonna be
696.
6 gold?
6 gold,
Wow,
9 silver.
you were rich compared to when you started penniless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So-
I've been.
You've been squirreling it away.
I'll hand the Thieves Guild my 3
I've been doing
gold
what he's
that I
been
owe
doing.
them.
Okay.
And then I will have 7 silver overall left
Okay.
over.
Assuming you can come up with the 3 gold for 6 of you, so 18 gold,
And so they've got their
Plus-
their 6.
5 gold for a rescue, so 23 gold amongst the group, and that could be gear, cash, whatever you want.
I don't have the 5 gold.
No, that's okay. So we've got.
How much is that Albert broke?
What? What? A halberd?
So you did your 3, and he did his 3.
You don't need a halberd,
So
just
that's
cast
6.
spells.
Yes, for on
Soldier,
the
you got any gold?
Nope.
Not a dime, huh?
No, I got 13 silver and 5.
You're off getting arrested by the
Copper.
You
church.
got
That's it.
13 silver?
That's it.
I paid for my own.
Yeah, I know his character's gone.
You're escaping.
Not necessarily.
I'd rather kill myself than get arrested by the town watch.
Wow. Instead of killing yourself,
What we-
just
That's
get
the
out of
same
town.
thing.
Just
Hey,
a minute. I'm taking
Eddie.
13 silver, so that's
Eddie,
yeah.
You don't have to do calculations. We know where the priest is. We can collect the priest's bounty.
All roads of corruption lead to Sigmar.
I point at Franz and I'm like, do you hear them?
This is Warhammer, and technically that's valid.
So,
I lean over to Franz and I'm like, do you hear them?
I don't know
Yeah.
what
I was
my...
joking about that, Carter.
You said it out loud.
Do you guys have the weapons list? I need to know what my rapier was
Oh,
worth.
I
Because
have,
it's not a normal hand weapon.
Correct. It's
And I
actually.
have the sword breaker, so... And really, it doesn't matter which one I keep if we're
I
changing
think
them
I'm
together.
missing one of those.
So I'll keep
It,
the rapier.
it does to some extent, but yeah.
Just
it's-
for my trapping, so
Yeah.
I can move up.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be able to figure out enough
We're gonna be...
enough to rescue the other character too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give over that money at least initially.
Okay.
They say you got a couple of days to come up with the rest. Either way, we'll get you out of town. The question is whether you'll be walking at that point.
Right.
So that's not a problem.
Catch some rats.
They send some guys off. William, you spend a cold, damp night in jail. By morning, a lawyer of sorts shows up. He looks like he is pretty fresh, right out of law school. He walks up to the edge of the jail and says, "What's your name?"
Minos.
Minos. He pulls out a scroll and rolls it out. It has all sorts of writing on it. He says, "This isn't good. I don't know what you thought you were up to, but this says you committed murder like a dozen times over." He's looking through it and he says, "Magister, Counselor Tugan, you killed Tugan?"
No.
Well, I'm sure that's what they all say, but yeah, I sure hope you got a good defense.
I mean, I.
You're his defense, you jackass.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
I was expecting it was the prosecution asking for him to confess.
That's not the worst
That
thing.
would have been an option too. He says, "Okay,
I specifically didn't do it.
Don't play games.
you specifically didn't do it.
No.
Do you know who did it?"
No.
Convincing.
Yeah, that's very convincing.
Okay, well, do you have anything that would aid in your defense?
Yeah. The fact that the Tugan, was it?
Yeah, according to this, you guys were found at the magister's house. Were you there?
Yes, but we got there to find
Who-
him.
who's we?
dead. Everybody else,
You name the rest of the party. You name the rest of the party.
no. I'm going to name the, just spout random names, effectively.
Jimmy, Bob.
Give me a charm test,
Alright.
Sure, line
or a bluff test.
There's no bluff. It's
Okay.
charm.
Okay.
Failure.
There's intimidation.
Yeah, you say, yeah, I was there with Joe and Bob and Briggs
Tugan.
and Franz.
Well, you should have started with that one.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
he says, okay, well, I guess we'll try that defense, but I hate to break it to you. I got a feeling your neck's going to be a few inches longer by the night.
Where did you...
So he shakes his head and starts shuffling off down the hall. Pretty much ignores anything else you say. Okay. Little bit later, they show up and give you a plate of gruel. It has raisins as well. It's a pale, pasty, like Elmer's glue consistency, with non-raisin raisins. They plop it down through the cage, and the guards are laughing at you, saying, "Enjoy your last meal, prisoner." And they walk off. I don't know if you want to try to choke it down or not.
No.
Okay. Outside, you can hear proceedings of the court and various other things going on with that. They basically have set up where you can hear the court proceedings. You're not led into court. You're not given an opportunity to defend yourself. Your lawyer basically stands up and says, "I'm sorry, Your Honor, his defense is he didn't do it. Joe, Bob, and Franz did it instead. He was there, but he didn't do it." And so they fairly quickly come to the conclusion that, yeah, you're guilty, and sentence you to hang at sunset. Okay? Until your blood runs cold, at which point you're to be drawn and quartered, and and then burned with your ashes split amongst the various guilds that you have offended.
What are the general, like, what's the layout of my room?
It's about a 5x5 stone cell with metal bars on one side.
Alright. They let me keep nothing but clothes, correct?
They left you with like your pants.
They left you with a gruel bowl.
Yeah, you
can
do
take your way out.
You do have a crude metal plate that has bits of gruel. The raisins are multiplying, and that's about it. Okay.
Can you multiply the raisins?
Shortly after the court proceedings are done, you're sitting there trying to figure out what your next move is, trying to figure out a way out of this cell, when suddenly you hear from underneath the stone bench a psst.
I'm gonna go over there.
Well, it's right underneath you.
Oh.
You're failing to comprehend the fact that this stone room is about this wide.
Yeah, you're literally right where the sound is. You see a stone has shifted a little bit, and there's a face behind it that says, "You minus?"
Who wants to know?
The answer to that question should have been yes.
Are you minus or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus.
Who wants to know? I don't. Closes it up.
My intelligence is minus.
Screw you. Anyways.
I used the slab to start breaking the wall.
Anyways.
Instead of fucking going down the hole.
They shove the brick out of the way, and there is a narrow hole underneath it, concealed in the wall. You see a halfling in a little crawl tunnel. He's on his hands and knees, covered in dirt. Has a little hat with a candle on the front of it. He says, the Cross Pike sent me. You're to come with me right now.
Alright.
He turns and backs a little bit way into the passageway, points the other way down the tunnel.
I'm going to go and crawl through the hole.
Okay, is there like a contortions?
There's athletics.
Give me an athletics roll.
Oh, Jesus.
I think there might be.
I would rather hang.
At least you're not well fed.
Yeah.
I would rather fucking hang than try to crawl down that hole.
7.
7, okay. You manage to squeeze yourself in, not having much in the way of gear. You climb in, hand over hand or elbow over elbow. You sort of work your way down through the dark tunnel. Behind you, you hear him move the rock back in place, concealing the exit. And he leads you down. After a short bit, you drop down into the sewer system. And he leads you with his little candle helmet through the systems. Maybe an hour later or so, you emerge in the basement of the Cross Pikes. You see the rest of the group gathered there. You have your pants. That's it.
Would that be a helmet or a handle?
A what?
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Candle helmet.
Candle helmet?
Helmet or handle.
Okay.
I got you. Okay.
Okay. So you guys are all secreted at the Cross Pikes at this point.
Okay.
They ask you, you got the rest of the funds?
Yes.
Okay. You got the other 18 gold? Okay. So you turn over whatever you have.
You've got 6 browns left. You've got your browns left.
Oh, well, sorry. We still have to resolve the priest. He hasn't arrived yet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was just
So
sitting
it might
Five
be
of you are
cheaper.
here.
Might be cheaper. I
It
don't
could
know.
be cheaper.
We'll
You
find
may
out.
only need 15. So, You're at the temple. You
Might be
see
free.
the acolytes go different directions. You quickly send him away. He disappears without any difficulty. Short time later, one of the acolytes, the one that you originally talked to, comes back to you and says, the high priest is available now if you'd follow me.
Excellent.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, I do need to ask you to leave your weapons here, though.
Ooh.
But I like my hammer.
All right. From a knowledge perspective, since I am a war priest,
You are a war priest. At the same time, you're in the temple of Sigmar. It wouldn't be that unusual to not have your weapons.
It's like saying you're a warrior of God.
brother, I
coming with
understand
a
your
long
concern,
sword
but after
to
the
church.
last couple of days I've had, I think I'm not going to go anywhere unarmed. for
I
the
do
time being.
appreciate. Unfortunately, the high priest remembers a bad experience with you.
Yeah, he hates you. Remember?
You
took
led
him
him
down
into the
into
sewers
the
on a
sewer.
wild goose chase.
Well, fuck him.
At least he's got a real reason. It's not.
He does, yeah. He says,
He wants to
priest,
frame you again.
priest swears you'll get your weapons back. That's not a problem. His upper chambers are private. We really don't want weapons of war up there.
But I want to murder him.
Personally, I think he'd prefer you take a bath too before you meet with him, but he understands that you have limited time.
Because I'm your executioner.
It's just an acolyte.
I read books.
I've heard of ways that people could be executed. So he offers to take your hammer from you and hang it on the weapon rack along the side wall where there's other weapons and things like that from other people that are worshiping in the temple.
Does my hammer just physically look different? Like, I can...
Oh, yeah, you
pick it
can
out?
definitely tell your weapon, plus it glows.
Well, therein lies my next problem.
It
You
doesn't.
said it was fading.
In the sunlight in the day, it does not glow appreciably. If you study it and you look at it carefully, yeah, you can see the flicker and that sort of stuff.
All right.
It's not obviously on flame or anything like
Okay.
that.
I will not hand it to him. I will walk over myself,
Okay, put it on the wall.
put it on the wall, and I will try to put it in the most well-lit spot.
Okay, make it as least likely to see as
Yes.
possible.
If
Okay.
there is like a direct beam of sunlight on it, I will put it
That's right.
right there. Ah!
Okay, yeah.
Just to,
You put it on the shelf. He doesn't seem to care or notice one way or the other.
right, and I'll just take my backpack off and stuff like that, and I'll just dump it right there, like nearly fold up my cloak and whatnot. And
Okay.
I'll make a show of being
Right.
agreeable but prideful of my stuff and
Okay.
complete expectation that I will survive
Get
this
it
encounter.
Okay.
Confidence is key.
He waits for you a moment or two to take care of your stuff, and then he leads you through the back upstairs to the upper hall.
Is there a typical holy water chamber?
There is.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there and do the holy water thing,
Sure.
or draw the hammer on my forehead or whatever.
Bless yourself with the.
I'm gonna
the
bless
Sigmar.
myself
Okay.
and then head off.
Lightning strikes.
The water
was a
turns
risk.
to blood.
It was a risk.
Anyways, he leads you up the back stairs, up to the upper chambers and so forth, and to the office of the high priest. Knocks on the door, and you hear the priest on the inside say, "Come on in."
Excellent.
Okay. He lets you in, closes the door behind you. You see the high priest and 5 guards. No, it's just the high priest.
I'll come in. I'll do the typical bow to
Yeah, he says-
to his authority.
Frederick, we meet again.
Yes, sir.
Not in the best of situations, from what I hear from the town guard.
I am aware.
Yeah, you see, given our prior encounter, I'm encouraged to, shall we
I
say,
understand where this is going.
help you leave town as soon as possible. Okay? We don't want to bring any ill consideration to the Temple of Sigmar. At the same point, I really can't condone the town guard showing power over the temple.
Fair enough.
So for them to arrest a priest, we're not going to allow that. Okay? That being said, if they were to capture you, I won't be able to stop them. And from what I understand with my contacts within the government, they're not interested in talk anymore. So consider your charter for the town of Bogenhaven revoked,
Understandable.
and the will of Sigmar sends you elsewhere. Okay. with that in mind, I have some contacts over at the Cross Pikes. They've served us well in the past. A necessary arrangement for occasional use and so forth.
I'm aware of the individuals you speak of.
Okay. Take this letter to them. They will arrange passage for you and you alone. And I hope never to see you again.
Fair enough. Now may I explain what happened so that you can be on guard in the future?
Sure.
I will lay out everything.
Okay, you give them all the details?
Absolutely everything that's happened. Who we ran into. Yes, we killed this guy. Yes, he was corrupt. I will lead.
Sure.
I will lay it all out.
You give him
And
everything from your
that way
perspective
he
of
can-
what happened, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
To the demon being sucked it out. Will not tell him about the hammer.
Okay.
I was gonna say your corruption.
I will not tell him about that.
Leave out the hammer part. Okay. You go through all that. At the he listens attentively and quietly. At the end, he says, "And do you have any proof of this information?"
Go to the warehouse. You'll see the summoning circle, I assume, is what it was. And unless the warehouse has been burned, it was etched into the stone. I doubt they've replaced it yet. So.
Well, it was a lead ring that was damaged.
You said there were runes around it and stuff, too.
Yeah, all that fell into the hole.
Shit.
The only thing there, like I commented at the time, is some old candles and a lead ring. That was all that was left of the summoning circle.
You might have to show him your hammer.
Give me one moment. I have proof in my bag.
Okay?
I'll go back.
Yeah.
Retrieve your stuff.
Look who got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Pulls out some notes. See the acolyte looking through the bag.
These are all the documents that we have collected along the way.
Okay? He looks at it.
High priest can't read.
Hey, what was the last time that happened? You handed him a whole bunch of
No, you know that you know that signature or whatever.
Yeah, his
That-
fireplace
No
is burning at the
fireplace.
side.
Yeah.
I am well aware of the storied history between Sean and I and evidence.
Yes, you know
I
that.
wasn't the idiot that handed it to him. I was the guy on the other side of the table screaming, "No!" I wanted to beat the
Okay.
shit. Who was that? Matt who did that?
I don't know.
Fuck, I
It,
wanted to
it,
beat
was,
the hell out
it,
of
was,
him.
it was so convenient at the time.
You
You
know.
had the biggest shit-eating grin I've ever. Dude, he had that smirk he gets when it went from ear to ear.
that you know that
Cheshire
initial.
cat.
You know that initial on the lawnmower. And it started with F.
Franz.
Okay,
I'm
so-
joking,
He's
it
been
didn't.
fronds.
He looks at
Okay.
these notes and pretty much dismisses most of them.
That's fine. They probably not apply. I couldn't
well,
remember what was.
Yeah,
what,
I mean, in general, they are very circumstantial and interpretive. I mean,
But he okay. From
Well-
a player's perspective, he's the high fucking priest of a war temple,
correct.
and he has to understand how these things would go.
Yes.
You would never.
Well,
You just wouldn't have a smoking gun. You would have a bunch of this is how Inquisitions work. You would have a bunch of freaking circumstantial evidence that painted a picture, and you have to trust your agents
and if he could get the emperor or his agents to agree to it, absolutely.
Sure, and I understand.
Otherwise, he has to summon the witch hunters, which nobody wants, and
Right.
they're the ones that literally would go on a hunch and kill people.
that. I'm okay with that.
Well, and that's fine, but in that case, you give over all the information, and the witch hunters would come after you as well.
I'm sadly aware of that as well.
Okay. So, anyways, he focuses on two particular
Bring it to
notes.
pieces.
The first one, since you've specifically laid out everything other than the hammer, he says, "So, I do have concerns about your plot to impersonate this Herr Lieberung, and the personal gains associated with that."
It is a shame.
Yes.
It is a black spot in my past.
Yes.
I would hope that with recent events I've atoned for such. selfishness.
I'm not necessarily sure that would apply, but certainly Sigmar will judge you accordingly. Okay?
This will be done.
This other one, this Atelka Hertzen in Nuln, or in the Black Peaks, seems like it might be worthy of some investigation as potential additional proof. If you can bring me proof of such corruption and plots within the Empire, legitimate proof rather than hearsay and innuendo, then certainly that would go a long way towards your judgment with Sigmar.
Fair enough.
Okay? So he hands you this back. He doesn't have any need or desire to hang on to any of it.
Too bad for you, we're on the Varianberg.
Go.
And
Go. My character's not a. This fine.
yeah. In the meantime, he says he's going to make a full report to the Central Temple and document at least your findings here and his views on it. And in the meantime, like I said, he gives you a letter to deliver to the Cross Pikes at your earliest convenience. He suggests you don't stay in town past nightfall.
Oh, I will be leaving immediately. How do I ask this without looking like an asshole?
Fail.
Yeah, while I may not have the evidence of said deeds
As per my last email.
in a sufficient amount to appease certain individuals, more importantly the city council, who, as far as my investigations show, that they are all guilty. They were all in on this.
According to the town guard, they have numerous witnesses that you and your companions murdered several key members of the guilds.
Sure.
Okay.
Murder is not the accurate term. Bring to judgment would be a more accurate term.
Per their testimony, you murdered them, and given their rank in society,
Yeah, fair enough.
the law is not on your side. Like
This
I said,
leads into my next question.
okay.
And I'm kind of asking from player to GM, but I'm also asking character to head priest. I will have the experience potentially after this to achieve the rank of war priest with the trappings. So how do I go about getting... I was going to ask him for an official elevation to war priest status, having considered my exploits within the city, uncovering and fighting the corruption within the city. And I understand that it looks bad legally, but Sigmar's will had to be done.
He can't do that currently in the current environment because it has to be a public proclamation type stuff. And he can't publicly acknowledge your presence here without getting the temple directly involved in the
Affairs.
issues.
Yeah, okay.
So he says he will send word on to the rest of the order. And if you can go to another temple in another nearby town, perhaps Wiesenbrook or Altdorf, then they could carry out that transition.
All right.
Okay? Other than that, he can't provide you any further assistance at this point, given the current events. All he can do is offer you an attempt at safe passage out of town.
Understanding and safe patches is more than I expected. Thank you.
So
I'll take the letter, and
Okay.
I will... Are they going to provide me any way of getting to...
Nope.
Oh, shite.
You walk out there, the initiate's out there with guards.
There he is! There he is!
and we do a
There
chase
was
scene.
another person that he talked to while going up to check with the magistrate. I mean, it's not
Right.
It's not possible.
Okay. Thank you. I'll give in my priestly bow and walk out.
Okay.
And
You retrieve your stuff?
go retrieve the rest of my stuff.
Okay.
And
Hustle.
run at
Are
full
there-
speed of the temple.
Are there runners?
There's
Like paid runners that you can.
there are people in town, not in the temple.
The temple doesn't have runners.
Not per se. They send an acolyte if they need to.
Okay, I'll look for the lowest level acolyte possible.
I mean, there's several tending the temple and so forth.
Yes, and I'll walk up, brother. I need you to deliver a letter for me, please.
Okay. Where's it going?
The
Crossed legs.
the cross pikes. Thank you. I can write this shit down.
Okay. You have your note?
I don't want to use the note. I want
Okay.
to keep that on me.
Okay.
So, well, somebody's got parchment. Well, I did. Yeah, I do. It's probably soaked and ruined at this point from being in the sewers fucking 400 times.
Yeah.
But
You get a prayer parchment. That's
I'm
easy
gonna
enough.
I'm gonna find a parchment. I'm just gonna write on there. What's your character's name?
Milton.
Milton. That's right. Fuck.
Haggersworth the third.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
I'm gonna write his name out.
Okay.
Because I can read it.
Yeah. That's what he's claimed the entire time. He can read. He
As far
just
as
chooses
you know, I
not
can
to.
read.
That's true. I have safe passage. Wait for me till nightfall. I will meet you at the
Okay.
inn. And
Okay. Give it to the
Give it to
acolyte.
the runner.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna put my name on it. Right?
Okay.
I'll just write
So it
that
just
out.
incriminates me.
And
He's learning to sacrifice others.
That's
I'll send the runner.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I'll wait within the temple.
Yeah,
I'll do my.
you give it to the acolyte. He doesn't seem to care what it says or even be able to
Right.
read it. So he,
Is there a flagellant or something that I can visit to alleviate some? Because I have the whole day effectively.
oh well, you have half the day until
Okay,
until
half the
nightfall.
day.
No, not in the immediate term. No.
All right.
Just get a flail.
What's the leg
Just start
clamp thing?
Whamming myself with a
The
flail.
leg clamp.
Yeah, there's a. Sorry, it's the same type of stuff. It's a leg clamp with spikes that they used to have, and they would strap it down and they would leave it on all day.
Yeah, where around the thigh and it
Yeah,
would bleed.
what's the movie where the albino does it? It's Tom Hanks is the demons.
Don't know that one.
It's the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, the Da Vinci Code and the.
How can I
Inferno
remember that
demons.
shit? But I couldn't remember your character's name.
Yeah, because it's a movie from forever ago, so
Yeah.
I remember all my
Okay.
song lyrics.
Okay. Sometime later, an acolyte of Sigmar wanders into the temple, looks lost
Uh-huh.
because it's not a place where they would typically go. He looks around, goes up to Franz at the counter, asks a question, and then gives him a note,
Whatever.
and then heads out the door. A couple minutes later, Franz comes over to you guys and says, "Some priest dude dropped this off for you." Hands you the note.
Oh, yes. Well, listen, will you tell these guys what this says for me? I'm tired. I've been up all night. I'll let you guys get a full night's sleep. I'm resting a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
He fills you in on the
Rest my eyes.
fact that you have somebody else apparently asking you to wait till nightfall.
Yeah.
You're not sure who it came from.
Oh, we recognize the girly handwriting.
That's right.
It's got a little green
It
glow
also
to
came
it.
from a fucking Sigmar priest.
Yeah.
Or it could be the guard watch for all we know.
Could be a trap.
It could
be.
be a trap.
Where you go
They
now?
could be. It could be a trap to their favorite tavern right next to the guard post to frame us there.
So I'll ask Franz. Is the plan tonight to leave tonight?
No,
No, tomorrow.
no, it'll be tomorrow night by the earliest.
Okay. All right. So we're still good till then.
Sure.
Okay.
So
There,
you guys have already paid, right?
Paid for all of us. Yes.
Did you
And-
cover him too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You said when he gets here. So.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are safe for the time being, assuming the guards don't raid the cross pikes.
Okay.
So.
Excuse
Okay. What are you gonna do in the evening?
me. Once it gets dark,
Uh huh.
Use my glow stick.
yeah, I use my glow stick and Destiny. I'll wrap up my cloak.
Okay.
See, I have my black cloak with hood.
You still have his cloak too.
Oh yeah, I'll put my cloak.
That's
with hood.
what it was wrapped up with before.
What's the quote called? Oh, Fezzik's cloak.
Oh, the
Inferno cloak,
no.
Apocalypse cloak.
Apocalypse
Yep.
cloak.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
okay, your hammer's wrapped up again.
And I'm gonna head off into the night,
Okay,
and I will take back alleys and such to get over there.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be so dicey.
His tail and his third leg makes him run faster.
It does. He hustles on his way. Every so often, you pause as guards walk by or other locals or whatever. Each time, it seems like when you're just moving down the alleyways, your hammer is nice and calm. Whenever you seem to get more stressed, it flares with more brightness.
That's really cool, but damn.
The closer the guards seem to come, the
more
brighter it is,
It wants to get me
etc.
killed, son
Yes.
of a bitch.
You manage to make it there, arriving a couple of hours after nightfall.
Yeah, I'll take my sweet ass
Yeah,
time.
yeah, you're taking your time. And quickly head into the place where you're reunited with the group.
And it goes, "Phew."
Get out
It-
here.
I mean, it's still semi calm and everything, but I mean, the group notices it fairly quickly.
That's your chance where we could scare him. He explodes into a firework.
Everybody dies in the
Anyway,
You and I
Okay.
are talk about this hammer.
so what do you guys want to do? Just hang out here and hide for the next day or two?
I was going
know
to
it.
talk to Franz about.
I hand the
Note to him.
note to Franz.
Okay. He takes a look at it and says, "Okay, no problem. It'll be a day or two."
I'm gonna stay
That's
in
fine.
the basement.
Okay.
Cause I should be dead.
So, I'd love to give you all your money back, but I'd pay for us to get out. So, hold on. What, so you said you had passage. Was that your letter?
Mm-hmm.
So,
You didn't have to pay for me.
Where'd you get passage? Okay, so, Franz. Is it
Can I get a
possible to get a refund?
Sorry,
See how-
there's no
Nah,
refund.
I didn't think there
Our
probably was.
expenses
No,
have
wait,
already
wait.
been made.
Wait,
No, I
you,
totally
you,
understand.
you specifically said you paid for us that were here.
And you said, and for him. And I said, yes, and for him. Because if I don't, then he didn't have it. And I had no idea he
Right, he doesn't know necessarily.
Because that note didn't say who it was
So,
from.
for some reason, the rogues are taking advantage of the situation.
What?
Imagine that.
I know, it's
No.
weird.
How many pennies did you leave me?
6.
6 more than you started
You-
with.
And you have your copper, whatever copper you had
Wait a
left.
minute. Now that I think about it,
So if it makes you feel better, you're
I'm
currently
so
richer
shitty
than I am. You're currently richer than I am.
What?
Yeah. Where do you think the rest of the money all came from?
Yeah, you notice he doesn't have his rapier anymore either.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't have a rapier. Damn. Yeah, 5 gold for that rapier.
I keep my pants right.
Now, I
have a
think you
dagger?
guys, I
Oh,
still
my
have the
sword
silver
breaker,
platter,
so
don't
my
you?
pistol.
We're keeping
Yeah,
that
we
for
don't have silver
werewolves.
platter.
Okay, you're keeping the silver platter for werewolves.
And
No one knows I
vampires.
have the silver platter because it
You
stays
said you lifted up
in
your
my
shirt.
pants.
I keep my
Okay.
pants
It's for werewolves.
So, couple of days later, they come to you in the
Campaign
evening.
reset.
You guys are sort of comfortable at that point after a
Okay.
couple of days. The guards don't seem to bother with the cross pikes at all. Almost like they don't suspect anything is happening
We're
that
just
close.
sitting in there.
You guys, I mean, you guys are near the back, but otherwise, really just carrying on with life at the tavern. A couple of days later, they come to you and
And
say,
Ben
"Okay,
goes talks to the guards. The
No.
guards don't
now's the
realize.
time." You gather up your stuff with only a couple of minutes' notice. Whatever equipment you have, they give you each a bundle of food
Okay.
with about 7 days' food in it.
Okay.
Okay,
This is
they take you down.